be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
There's a lot of you don't know about the fantasy headlines. Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy headlines for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yeah. Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that Chubb life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
What is going on, Headliner Nation? It's Saturday before the start of the NFL season. Can I get some hashtags football is here in the chat, because it's right around the corner. We're super live show, Kyle. We're going to talk football for a while here. We're going to have a good time doing it. So if you're looking for some fantasy football talk, you found the right channel. Make sure you hit that like button here. And we're going to spend a lot of time in the comment sections, not just talking with a lot of people. Some people using this weekend to draft. Most people have already drafted, but a lot of drafts happening here over the holiday weekend. Just a quick reminder before we start, during this live show, if you've enjoyed what we've done throughout the offseason, if you're looking for more in the regular season, 11 shows a week coming up starting next week, consider hitting that join button right underneath the screen there. It greatly helps support this channel and helps us move forward. Plus, you get some cool emojis, some bonus videos, and a members-only live stream on Sunday mornings before kickoff. But Kyle, it's time to talk some football tonight, Kyle.
It's time.
And I'm going to wear the helmet the whole show. Not all the way, because I would die. But I'm going to leave it on the crown up here. I'm just going to rest it up here. I'm going to act like I'm on the sidelines, just ready to go in at a moment's notice.
Yeah. It's that time. It's time when Let It Flow comes back. It's time for start sit videos. It's time for ranking videos. It is time for everything. We've been sitting around. Well, we haven't, because we've been working.
Technically, we're sitting, but
oh yeah, technically, but it's time. We're here. We're here.
And the chat's going to start rolling here pretty soon. We're going to let a few minutes for these people to get in here and really start letting it move, because you know what? We really want to see this chat start going absolutely crazy. So hit that like button, help some more people get in here. We see Matt Mason, before the show even started, dropping a $10 dono. Matt, appreciate the love right there. He says, can you guys let me know how I did? A 10-team, 10th pick in a full PPR draft. Tannehill, Chubb, Eckler, A-Rob, DJ Moore, David Montgomery, Tunyon, Mike Davis, Myles Gaskin, Jamar Chase, Juju, Higbee, Russell Gage, and Matthew Stafford. I'm pretty sure you're drafting with a bunch of people who have no idea what they're doing, because you just killed it, my friend. I love that team.
Or maybe he's just a lot smarter than they are.
Maybe he's smarter than they are. Maybe it's because he watches us and they don't. He's just that much smarter. But Matt, great job, my friend.
Whew, I love that roster. Absolutely love it. Great high end on the running backs, good running back depth, lots of upside at wide receiver. At the tight end position, don't love Tunyon, but you've got Higbee there to kind of help out, but it doesn't really matter. Golden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Golden, baby.
Overcome in the chat says, I've already attempted 30 trades. Good Lord. You don't want to piss off your league mates. You can send too many trade offers, and it will get to the point to where they won't even pay attention to you anymore, because they think it's just a bunch of fluff coming at them. So be careful. You don't send too many of those. Kemp's Old Cars, he thinks it's already a banger video. We appreciate you out there, Kemp's. Zach Allen, Carson, a solid running back too. I'm going to talk about Chris Carson for a second, Kyle, because a lot of people think that I had him too low in my rankings videos that came out this morning. And what people need to realize is when you do the rankings, there's a lot that goes into rankings. It's just not, oh yeah, I like the guy, I'm going to throw him up there in the top 18, top 20, top 25. There's a lot more that goes into it. When I'm putting my rankings together, I'm looking at all different kinds of things. Like, is the guy going to stay on the field? Can he stay healthy? Chris Carson cannot stay healthy. There's 54 running backs in Seattle now. Even Alex Collins has got a chance in the offseason. And just because Chris Carson is out there doing insane workouts, he's yet to prove that he can stay healthy consistently for a full season. And I just got too many concerns. There's too many other guys before him that I feel are just a little bit safer. Love the potential. Just wish he would be more healthy.
Also, I just want to give a shout out to David Hathaway, who said my hair looks good tonight. Technically, he said Kyle's hair shining. I did mention to Jake before we went live that the hair did look fantastic.
The only reason they're noticing your hair is because mine is hidden under a helmet. Okay, so slow the roll a little bit.
Jake, it's like you're a magician. You can't hide something that's not there. Jason Morentet with the 5 bomb in the super chat. Appreciate you, Jason. Astro Joes with the 5 bomb. Strength of schedule matter in draft. Rank Tyreek, Gibson, Eckler, Najee, and Standard. How to handle tight end after the big 3. The strength of schedule matter when you're drafting. To a certain extent, I believe so. That's why we put it in the draft guide. I'm not basing all of my decisions on it, though. I'm not taking one guy over another just because, oh, hey, his strength of schedule looks a little bit easier. Because in all honesty, by the time the season gets here and we're good to go, like, it can change anyway. So it is used as a tool to help us evaluate. As far as Tyreek, Gibson, Eckler, Najee, and Standard, I'm going to go with Najee, Gibson, Tyreek, and then Eckler. Because of the touchdown upside obviously needed there for people. And then how to handle the tight end position after the big 3. I am shooting for TJ Hawkinson in the 5th round is my tight end 1. If I miss him, then I'm waiting until later on everybody else.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, and there's some good options a little bit later that you can wait. Even Big Bob Tunion's he's fallen in drafts. He's somebody you can target there. Rob Gronkowski's right around the 10th round or so. Those are guys that I'd rather take a stab on. Gerald Everett, super late, who we've talked about numerous times here this offseason. There's options there late at the tight end position.
Michael Williams with the 5 bomb. Should I trade? Well, actually, I just saw this question come through. Wait. Where did it go? Oh, Jay Costello. Would you trade Lockett for Kupp? Yes. Yes, I would.
Yeah,
I'm definitely taking that one.
Give me Cooper Kupp.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp. Michael Williams with the 5 bomb in the super chat. Should I trade my RB2 Jacobs and wide receiver 3 Chase for Allen Robinson? My wide receiver 2 is OBJ, so I need a better receiver. But my next RB after Jacobs would be Rojo. Oof. I'm not feeling Jacobs this year. I'll trade Jason Jacobs for Allen Robinson. I'll take the upside that Allen Robinson presents every single week.
I love Allen. I think Allen Robinson is the best player in that deal by far. Mm-hmm. I just worry that you need to know going into that, you need to accept the fact that your running back depth is a little bit weak and that you need to be super focused on the waiver wire. So when that first big name hits this season, whoever that may be, you got to go after him because your depth. I actually think Ronald Jones could be good in Tampa Bay this year if they would commit to him, but they got so many other options. He's not going to get consistent volume to start the season. You may be kind of scrambling. So know that going in. If you're willing to take that risk, I get it, but just know that risk is going to be there.
I look at it this way. I think you're already in trouble if Josh Jacobs is your RB2. So let's get the highest upside player we can.
Makes sense as well.
Anna, Kyle, do you have a whole bottle of gel in your hair or is it just greasy from sweating too much last night? Listen, Anna, I want you to listen to something real quick. Okay.
How does she know you were sweating too much last night?
Because I played Resident Evil for a little bit and I may or may not have gotten scared multiple times. 3 to be exact. I don't use hair gel. What am I? A 13-year-old going into his freshman year in high school? I don't know what year that would be. Anyway, no. I don't use hair gel. Okay. I use a very meticulous pomade to help keep this deliciousness in place.
Wow. Did you just call it deliciousness?
Cojones. Who's Carson's handcuff? Penny Collins or Dallas? It's going to be Rashad Penny.
It
is
is
going to be Rashad Penny. Collins, listen, I used to love a little Alex Collins back in the day. Don't get me wrong, but no.
Yeah, I think that honestly though, in this backfield, I could see them all getting touches. So it may not be enough to be relevant, but even 2 or 3 touches a game are touches that are going away from Carson. So yeah, Penny's probably going to be next in line. They're really not committed to him after this year. They can run him into the ground if they want to, and no big deal. So a lot of question marks in that backfield, and it's just part of the reason that maybe we're a little bit lower on Chris Carson.
Alex Rice, do y'all stream video games? I'd love to tune in. Yes, yeah. I stream 3 or 4 times a week. Maybe that's on the lower side on Headliner Gaming. So you can just open up a new tab. Don't leave this. Don't leave the stream. Leave it on. Open up a new tab and search Headliner Gaming. Click it. Click subscribe. You'll see my beautiful face on there quite a bit.
Monopoly Credit says, I want to draft Kelsey and Kittle in the 2nd and 3rd. If you do that, and it's not a tight end premium, some crazy scoring league, you will have lost on your draft day. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I would not 100%. Do
CO
that.
99 Rams fan. Who are the receivers to own in New Orleans and for the New York Jets? It's going to be Corey Davis for me right now for the New York Jets. And in New Orleans, it looks like it's going to be Marquez Callaway. I think that's where you have to go right now.
I think Marquez Callaway will be the safest option. I think they're going to use a bunch of names on a weekly basis, but the most consistent probably going to be Marquez Callaway. As far as the Jets, I'm not forgetting about Elijah Moore. It's coming out that Jamison Crowder is banged up, may not even play week 1. And if that's the case, if the young kid can get out there and get that chemistry going with Zach Wilson, it may force the Jets' hand a little bit to have to play him a little bit more. So Elijah Moore is just somebody who I'm paying attention to here early in the season.
Brian Barton with the 10 bomb in the super chat. Brian, appreciate you. Drafted the 1.06 on a 12-team half PPR. Chubb, Gibson, J-Rob, Julio, Pitts, Melvin Gordon, Brady, and Tyler Boyd for my first 8. Any thoughts? Having Julio as your wide receiver 1 scares me.
A little bit, yeah.
Melvin Gordon, because you already had Chubb, Gibson, and James Robinson, I wouldn't have drafted Melvin Gordon. I would have went with another wide receiver and then shot for a different running back later on, like Nyheim Hines or somebody like that to be your RB4. So I definitely like the running backs. Good with Brady, good with Pitts, but your wide receivers, that could end up causing some issues this year for you.
Yep, agreed.
Ginger Fit.
What up, Ginger?
He wants to know, what are y'all sleeping on the Denver D for?
We're not sleeping on the Denver defense. And let me address this real quick. The term sleeping on is getting so overused.
It's awful.
It's like everywhere. And what you guys got to realize is there's so much to look at. Bias has to go out the window. I've never said anything negative about the Denver D. I know you say it's okay and you LOL, and I'm not attacking Ginger Fit here. I'm just saying as a statement, people are overusing the y'all sleeping on. This is what we do. We're in this type of stuff all day, every day. We don't forget about a team. Maybe ask, hey, why is Denver a couple spots lower? And then we can have a better conversation. But just to say, hey, y'all sleeping on it. We see those in the comments all the time. And we got to move away from that at some point. He says he traded James Robinson and Chris Carson for Barkley, Deontay Johnson, and Chase Edmonds. In my opinion, that is a smash trade that I would have done 10 times out of 10 as long as you have enough running back depth. Do you agree with me, Kyle? I see you nodding and almost licking your microphone.
No, I was reading the chat, but no, I agree.
Were you sniffing it?
I was waiting for the conversation to come up about the trade, but no, I agree with you on the trade. James Robinson, Chris Carson for Barkley and Deontay Johnson. That right there is a pretty solid win on its own.
Yep.
And you get Chase Edmonds. Why not? Chris Rosado said, did I make a mistake picking up Tyler Lockett, but had Kupp and Woods on the board in a half PPR? Is it a mistake? I mean, probably about 4 different weeks this year, it won't be a mistake, but overall for the season on a consistency basis, yeah, I wouldn't have touched Lockett before those 2 guys.
And the whole thing, like Kyle just said, is he's going to score there's going to be like 4 weeks this year where Lockett's going to go out there and score 25, 30 points. And he's going to end the season as a high-end wide receiver too, but the majority of his points are coming in very few games. So on a weekly basis, it just hurts your chances of solid production. It's not that Lockett sucks and he's not good. The volume will be there. It's just going to come in clumps.
Yep. And then Lucas Moan said, on a scale of bad to really bad, what do you think of the RBO strategy? I'm assuming he means zero running back strategy.
Yeah, really bad.
The zero running back strategy may be one of any zero RB strategy, and it doesn't even have to be running back. It can be wide receiver too, is awful. And typically we'll do some mock drafts over the offseason, kind of show you how it looks like, and they all end up being just crappy. Like, the only people who win with a zero running back strategy are those who implement it and then get helped out by injuries later on. That's it. That is all. Like, people right now are sitting around with James Robinson, and they drafted him super late and did a zero RB strategy. And then now Travis Etienne is hurt. So now James Robinson gets a huge boost. It's people who drafted Darrell Henderson, and then Cam Akers got hurt, and now they have Darrell Henderson as the starter.
Gus Edwards.
It's guys like, who else?
Gus Edwards.
It's guys like who drafted. So those are the only people that win with a zero RB strategy. Ones who get lucky. You do not draft zero RB and actually win without getting super lucky with it.
Exactly.
All right, back to the super chat. Tyler Gist with the 5 bomb.
Tyler?
Appreciate you, Tyler. Flex start week 1. Mike Davis, Terry McLaurin, Damian Harris, Marquez Callaway. Too soon. I mean, I'm barely into my week 1 stuff right now, just because we're still wrapping up, everything leading into it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I ever sit Terry McLaurin this season, though.
Yeah, I mean, more than likely, Mike Davis, Terry McLaurin. Actually, you probably have him.
Well, I would
listed
go
in the
Damian
rank.
Harris over Mike Davis.
It depends. I mean, I said, yeah, I guess so. But like you said, it is too soon. Next week, we're going to be doing all of our start sits, all of our rankings, all of our live shows. I haven't dove too much into week 1 yet either. We got to get through the offseason, the preseason here, make sure everybody's drafts are complete. And then we'll really start doing that probably tomorrow, probably Sunday evening. We'll start, really hitting week 1 hard.
Yep. Ethan, yes, I'm going to be giving the DeAndre Swift jersey that's behind me signed. I'm going to be giving that away on Headliner Breaks after this, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. We got questions to answer. Drunken Sober with the 5 bomb. Appreciate you. Grade my team in a 12-man PPR 9th pick. Tannehill and Cousins, Zeke, Najee, Sony Michel, Dylan, Terry Amari, T. Higgins, Ruggs, Mooney, Michael Thomas, Hawk, and Everett, Ramsey, and Zerlin. I don't mind your team. The one thing that you are going to have to hope for is guys like Terry McLaurin, Amari Cooper, Ruggs, some weeks, Hawk. You're going to have to hope that they ball out. You're going to need, because Zeke and Najee are good, but you're kind of missing like that high upside pick to go with it that I would like to see that maybe you would have taken. So they're good picks, but I think you're just, especially in a PPR, lacking maybe a little bit of upside right there.
Yeah, and a couple other questions. I mean, 2 quarterbacks, don't always do 2 quarterbacks. Michael Thomas, I'm not super high on. You're going to have to stash him on your bench for ages. I'm not huge on stashing players that aren't going to do anything for me for at least half the season. There's some questions. Overall, super solid team. I don't hate it whatsoever. I think you're going to win some ball games. There's just a few things that maybe you can go look at even on the waiver wire, see what's out there. Maybe add a little bit more depth. Like I said, Michael Thomas, not overly high on him personally.
Rum Boys, much respect to the headliners. Hopefully y'all are doing well out there. Get ready for some football, baby. Thanks for hopping in and helping support tonight.
Appreciate you, Robbie.
Lucas Endell, RB1 is Dalvin and RB2 is Swift. Other running backs are Hunt, Damian Harris, and Jamal Williams. Should I look to make a trade for a stronger RB2 in a PPR? I mean, listen, Lucas, thanks for the 5 bomb. Appreciate it. I mean, the only concern I have right now is Swift's growing, but you can move Damian Harris into the RB2 spot and be just fine for the time being. So I'm not making a trade right now. Stand pat, because if Swift gets healthy, Dalvin Swift and Damian Harris as your guys, and you've got Jamal Williams to take over for Swift if he ends up missing, I think you're fine. I'm not making the move right this minute.
I think you said Dalvin Harris, but I'm pretty sure you mean Damian Harris.
Damon, did I say Dalvin Harris?
I'm pretty sure I heard Dalvin in there somewhere. It's okay.
Oopsies.
Let's see here. What about Kyle Fisher in the chat says, should I trade James Conner and Russell Gage for Myles Gaskin?
James Conner and Russell Gage for Myles Gaskin, I would do that.
I would probably do that. I'm not opposed to that. I'm guessing that Russell Gage is not somebody you're dependent on, even though I do like Russell Gage. You probably got him in the late rounds anyway. And if you're looking for a little bit of help at running back, that's an upgrade for you.
Devin Turner, is Damian Harris really that viable of an RB? Yes, he is, because they got rid of Sony Michel. And they made the move from Cam Newton to Mac Jones. So for those of you that bought the draft guide, just a little bit of a insight here. So in the draft guide, I had Damian Harris listed as my bust very early in the offseason. There was some things from a dynamic standpoint that Harris just doesn't do that well, but it's hard for me to sit back and ignore the fact that they got rid of basically his main competition for touches and Sony Michel. Now you've got Ramondre Stevenson and James White there, but this is a team that you can see trying to get back to pounding the football. And they've taken Cam Newton out of the equation, the guy that was going to take rushing attempts on the ground, short yardage situations, and more importantly, the goal line situations. So Damian Harris, yes, he is no longer a bust for me. This is a guy I'm locking in as an RB2 this season.
Yeah, I mean, the change from Cam Newton is absolutely the biggest thing for me. That is something where now we're no longer going to lose goal line touches. We're not going to lose... all those plays where Cam calls his own number, Damian Harris is going to be the main beneficiary from that. The only thing to worry about with Damian Harris is how much do they work in Ramondre Stevenson at some point in the season, if at all. That's the biggest question for me.
Yeah, Alex Rice, how about Ramondre Stevenson? Listen, this is why you all need to be subscribed and watching all offseason long, because Ramondre Stevenson was a guy that I know that I was talking up on this channel, but I think Chris Chouse was also talking him up over on Headliner U, if I remember correctly. Yep. We loved Ramondre Stevenson. Dude didn't get nearly enough love, but he had some things go on while he was at Oklahoma, got into a little bit of trouble. Nothing super crazy, though. I think he just got caught smoking weed at one point. And it kind of brought that draft stock down for him. If he would have played more than he did, he would have been a guy that would have been more along the lines of probably a second round pick. He does a lot of things really, really well, but that's why you got to subscribe and be watching. Even when fantasy football is done, we don't go anywhere. Stick around with us all off season long. Ryan Gilbert, who should I start? 5-bomb in the super chat. Appreciate you, Ryan. Who should I start in standard running backs? Montgomery, Carson Davis, or Gaskin? Need one running back and a flex. Wide receivers need 2. Godwin, Hopkins, and Jones. Tight end, Logan of Gerald.
Logan of Gerald. Or Gerald, I think,
or
is what
Gerald.
he meant. Logan of Gerald sounds way cooler.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what is that? Okay, so Gerald Everett. So kind of the same thing, Ryan. Kind of tough to answer these week 1 start and sits right now, because while we've been looking at it, we're finishing up the offseason, preseason stuff right now. So we haven't dove into it. We will be doing that later tonight, tomorrow, getting everything out for next week so we can obviously 100% set in stone who we want to play. For me, week 1, I'm going Montgomery and Chris Carson. Definitely going with them. And I'm going with Godwin and Hopkins. And I'm going to go with Logan in week 1. I'm going to go with the guys that are going to get the touches week 1. As we get into the weeks later on and we have to start worrying about injuries or guys banged up, that's one thing. But this week we're going with the guys. We're going with the guys that we're like, we know they're going to get touches.
Yeah, more times than not in first week of fantasy football, you just start your studs. You start the guys you drafted there to carry your team, and then we make adjustments as we go forward.
Kalafa with the 5-bomb. Jake Kyle, what's going on? Are you ready for some football? Kalafa, baby, you know it. You know it. Brandon E with the 5-bomb. Grade my draft. CMC, CEH, Waller, Cup, Kyler, Claypool, Sermon, Gordon, AB, LaVisca, Mooney, Callaway, Lance. Trade Clay and Sermon for Terry McLaurin. Yes. Claypool and Sermon for Terry McLaurin. Absolutely. That makes your team, honestly, quite a bit better. I like Cooper Kupp. I want him as a wide receiver 2, though, not a wide receiver 1. If you get Terry McLaurin, that is a huge boost to your team, Brandon.
Yeah, 100% love some Terry McLaurin. Man, that schedule second half of the year for the Washington football team is enough to make me go 6 to midnight.
All right. Jason Marin. Okay. So I think I said like Marinetti earlier, but it's Marinette probably.
No, because there's an extra T in there.
So
Jason
Maritetti?
Marintetti? Marinte. Maybe it's like super fancy.
Ooh, that's why I wanted to say Marinetti because it sounded fancy. But anyway, yeah. Jason, another 5-bomb. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Corvette Foster 40. It feels like forever since we've seen
what's going on, Corvette.
Bomb in the super chat. Please grade 12-team PPR starters: Brady, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Kamara, Edwards, Waller, Judy, and Debo. Bench: Sermon, Bernard, Hollywood, Gronk, Rondell Moore, Mooney, Joe Burrow, Matt Ryan. Is this a super flex? Because if it's not, Corvette, I love you, man. You don't need 3 quarterbacks.
No,
you don't
it's
even
not
need
super
2,
flex,
honestly. So I don't know if it's super flex or not. AJ Brown offers a lot of upside. Kamara offers a lot of upside. Waller obviously is good. For me personally, looking at this, you need your wide receiver and RB2s to perform. If that happens, you're going to win some games.
Yeah, 100%. No need for all those quarterbacks, though, if you're not in a super flex.
Drunk and sober with the 2-bomb PPR last bench spot: Watkins, Brian Edwards, Trey Lance, Chuba Hubbard. I'm off Hubbard right now because I think Royce Freeman is a better fit for them right now. So I'm not going to go with him. Last bench spot in a PPR. I mean, I'm willing to give Sammy Watkins a shot to begin the season, but trust me when I say I love myself some Edwards. If you're willing to hold, I would grab Edwards and put him on your bench.
Yep, 100%. I'm going to talk about Edwards just a little bit in tomorrow's video, just so you know.
Ooh,
just a little
I
tease.
It. Ginger Fit Dad. Okay, now rate my team, please. Josh Allen, Chubb, Barkley, Diggs, Godwin, Deontay Johnson, and Fant. I love all of it. I don't love Fant, though. So if I were you, I would definitely make sure that you grab another tight end to go along with Fant. Fant would have a lot of this.
I want to know how he got Chubb, Barkley, and Diggs.
I'm assuming it was some sort of a keeper.
It better be. Otherwise, you got Diggs in the 3rd, which is highway robbery.
John Growth becoming a new member of Holden Chubb. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you want some extra super sexy content this season, if you want a sweet badge next to your name and emotes to use, and if you want to hang out with me in an extra members only live stream on Sunday mornings this year, the join button is right down below this video. Click it, $4.99 a month. Ooh, baby. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining Holden Chubb. That's it, Ethan. Welcome, John. If you're a member of Holden Chubb, give John a little hashtag welcome, John. Mm-hmm. Gingerfit Dad, we got it. Edward Smith sent a 5-bomb that retracted his message. Don't forget, if you send a super chat, we will get to them all. Don't retract your message. Leave it in there, but we appreciate the dono. Fill in the blank. What's going on, Phil?
What up, Phil?
8-man PPR league. My keepers are Henry and Gibson. Should I go wide receiver Kelsey or another number 1 running back? You've got Henry and Gibson. Since it's an 8-man league, I'll go wide receiver and Kelsey.
Yep.
Because you're going to get running backs.
Yeah, it's a smaller league, so they're going to last longer. So, yeah, I don't hate that whatsoever.
Luis. My man Luis with the 10-bomb in the super chat. Rogers, Allen Robinson, Julio Jones, Henry, CEH, Hawkinson, Marvin Jones, Gus Edwards, James Conner, Jamar Chase, Waddle. What do you think? Should I drop anyone for Hardman or Myers or Hollywood? I'm willing to let that play out right now and keep the guys you drafted. You drafted them for a reason. I would go with it.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to keep what you got for right now.
Bosa, if you use Manscaped a lot, Manscaped are our sponsors, man.
Yeah, of course we do. I got all the stuff right here. I got all the used stuff upstairs. If you want to see it, maybe I'll bring it down one day.
Manscaped.com. Code word headliners, 20% off all of their great products and free shipping.
Perfect.
Jared with the 5 bomb. Oh, I think I missed this one and I skipped to Luis. My bad. Jared with the 5 bomb. QB Rogers, running back Montgomery, Taylor, Eckler. Ooh,
Love it.
love it. Dylan Stevenson, wide receiver Lockett, McLaurin, Callaway, Deontay Johnson, Sutton, Pittman, Corey Davis, A-Rob, tight end. Davis, Robbie Anderson, tight end Everett. Solid team.
Yeah,
Depth,
no issues there.
upside, you got it all, man.
Yep.
You have got
I don't know who.
all.
I don't know who your quarterback's Rogers. Yeah, you're good. Totally solid.
Lucas, keep spamming Kyle. I want to know too. You want to know what? What's being spammed?
I have no idea. Somebody wants to know something. Maybe they want to know about the Manscaped products. Who knows?
Oh, I mean,
Anton, what time is it where I'm at? I'm on the East Coast, my friend. It is 9:30 p.m. Eastern time right now.
Woo! Oh, Anton, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Blimp with the 5 bomb. Should I trade Fuller, Mostert, Lazard, and Robinson for Diggs and OBJ? Okay, I'm leaning towards yes, because as long as you have running back depth, you'll be fine there. But who's the Robinson that you're trading is the
it
question.
James Robinson, Allen Robinson?
Yeah, that's the question. More than likely, because Diggs and Allen Robinson basically are going to cancel each other out. So now you're trading Fuller, Mostert, Lazard for OBJ. So, I mean, for me, it really depends. I don't think it's a bad deal, but I'm not going to know until I know who that Robinson is for sure.
Yep. Did you get Max Skills?
Max Skills. Whoa, it keeps jumping around. My bad. Max Skills 001 with the 5 bomb. I plan on drafting running backs in the first and second round. Should I draft a third running back or draft my first wide receiver? And who would you pick? Listen, it really depends. It really depends, Max. Jake and I have talked about that a ton this offseason. So again, make sure you stick around all offseason long. Look at all of our strategies, everything that we do. Jake has done a lot of going 3 running backs to start, and I've done a lot of 2 RB and then 1 or 2 wide receivers and another RB. To me, it really depends on who lands there. I mean, if you get to the 3rd round and you've got a guy like, I don't know, James Robinson still there staring you in the face, and a lot of wide receivers have already gone off, and now you've still got some depth. So to me, it really depends. In that 3rd round, James Robinson is a great target right now. You can kind of catch him right there. For wide receivers, I mean, 3rd round is filled with them. Allen Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Who else? I mean, there's lots of guys that are in there. It's crazy how many good wide receivers are falling to the 3rd.
That's right. All right, let's see. Where do we go now?
All right, now I already got Blimp. Now I got to go back up again because it keeps dropping to the ground.
You're going up to Diamond Cojones.
There it is. Yes. Half PPR. Would you drop Bernard or Gainwell for David Johnson, Lindsey, Ingram, Coleman, Ty Johnson, Penny, or Hyde? Sorry, long list. I need the depth. I mean, I would drop Bernard for David Johnson at this point, but I would not drop Gainwell.
I think that one thing is for certain, Philadelphia is not committed to anything there, and Kenneth Gainwell could have a role in this offense. So, yeah, I mean, Bernard, cool. I like that, but there's so many running backs in Tampa Bay that you just can't count on it with Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. They just brought in Darwin Thompson. I mean, there's a ton of names there in that backfield. So, yeah, dropping Bernard for David Johnson. Don't love David Johnson, but I think he maybe helps you out a little bit more here to start the season.
Jake, question for you. How many likes do you need to let it flow?
We have 639 people watching and only 193 likes. I need at least 400 likes before I put this helmet on all the way.
All right, 400 likes, and we're going to let it flow because there is a ton of questions in the chat. We've got super chats coming in right now. We got a lot of questions that need to be answered, and we're able to do that when we let it flow. However, we can't do it until we've got 400 likes. So, ladies and gentlemen, get it. Naked hot dog. I want a hot dog now. In the middle of a draft, wanted to say thanks for the draft guide, Naked Hot Dog with the 5 bomb. Appreciate you. Glad you're loving it. Jasmine with the 5 bomb.
Is it Jay Sammy?
Jay Sammy with the 5 bomb. Which tight end toward the end of the draft has the most upside to finish in the top 5? That would be Gerald Everett. Jake's talked about it quite a bit, and I love some Gerald Everett, but Jake loves him even more, which is crazy because you know how I get.
About them tight ends. I love me some Gerald Everett.
Ash Dobbs, QB, Fitzpatrick and Fields, running back, Aaron Jones, Mixon, Gus Edwards, Sermon Connor, wide receiver, Keenan Lockett, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Antonio Brown, tight end, Kelsey, WFT. I'm assuming that means the Washington football team defense, possibly.
Yep.
I kind of the same thing I've said a couple of other times. Like the team, however, I think you're going to be really boomer bust, Ash. I think you're going to have some times where you're going to smoke everybody, and you're going to have some other times where you might fall flat. That happens with teams. You've drafted a lot of upside.
Yes, exactly. 100%.
We're at 290 likes. We need 410. If you guys don't know what Let It Flow is, let's get to 400 so you can see the best fantasy football segment in the industry today.
And let's see some Let It Flow emojis in the chat.
Jalen Hurts gets disrespected by you guys. There it is, Jake. In my opinion, he should be top 5 with, yes, QB1 overall potential. Can we talk about more of his potential, please?
Can we also talk about how they also brought in Gardner Minshew because they believe so much in him?
Yeah. Do we also talk about how they talked about drafting another quarterback this offseason? Do we want to talk about the fact that Jalen Hurts barely had a 50% completion percentage in his time there last year? There's plenty that we can talk about. Do you want me to open up the draft guide and speak specifically from the bust section of the draft guide?
Go ahead, Kyle. Why don't you open that up?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to open up the draft guide right now so I can tell you why we're not disrespecting Jalen Hurts in any way, shape, or form. But we are being very, very careful because honestly, people are getting excited only for his rushing upside. That's it. They tend to overlook everything else. So we're going to scroll down to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to read this verbatim out of the draft guide for all of you. Jalen Hurts is being drafted as a top 12 quarterback right now based on rushing upside he presents every week. When you look at the numbers, though, you must be concerned that his passing ability is not ready for consistent success at the NFL level. If he does not take a step forward as a passer, notice how I left that in there too? If he takes a step forward, we're good. But is he going to? The rushing may not be enough to save you from having headaches on Sundays. He had a 52% completion percentage. He had a 35% completion percentage on throws 20 or more yards down the field, 25th in the NFL. He had a 34% completion percentage, 39th out of all quarterbacks that threw a pass in 2020 on those throws. Okay, 65.1% adjusted completion percentage, 42nd out of all quarterbacks that threw a pass in 2020. He had a 3.37 average time to throw last year, which was the highest. The more time a QB has to throw the ball, the better his passing numbers should look. This shows that he has trouble making decisions. His passer rating of 77.6 last season was the 5th lowest in the league. So if you want to say, oh, you're disrespecting him, Drake, we're not disrespecting him. We're using solid evidence to back up the fact that everyone that's drafting him because they think he's going to be a top 5 quarterback could be solely hurt if you think that he is going to make that big of a jump. If you think, that's fine. That's a lot to overcome.
And that's where we talk about, hey, you're going to drop a mic. There you go. Perfect.
I'm going to unhook my mic and then drop it.
It's just one of those things where people look at surface stats so much, and you got to get away from that. There are so many people out there that will give you the surface stats. Oh, the total yards. Oh, the rushing yards. They don't tell you the whole picture. Why? Because they don't want to take the time to go look at the whole picture. If you want the whole picture, ask a great question like a mature adult, and we'll give you a solid answer like we just did. But everything that we do here is backed up by information and stats. We do not do half-ass opinions here. Half-ass opinions are on other channels. They're on other networks. They're not going to be here as long as Kyle and I are here.
Swag, bring that body bag over. Drake just got tossed in. Sorry,
Perfect.
Drake. I don't mean to give you that much shit, but when you come into our comments and say gets disrespected by you guys, and then you don't even give me why he should be quarterback over 1, I gotta get you a little bit. Frog GG. We've only got 321 likes. We want to let it flow. We need 400 likes. I'm
gonna start getting upset up in here, Kyle.
Frog GG. How do you guys feel about Deebo Samuel? I did a video on Deebo Samuel, bounce back or bust. I absolutely love Deebo Samuel.
Me too.
Is he going to have some of the same upside as Brandon Ayuk? Probably not. But he could end up being very, very safe.
Yeah, I mean, and they're going to use Deebo all over the field. He's not going to be as one-dimensional. The biggest thing with him is, can he stay on the field? We know he's got the chemistry already with Jimmy G, who's going to be under center. Love Deebo Samuel.
Nick Barrett says headliners are sleeping on Chubb this year. There is one thing that we have never been accused of, and it's sleeping on Nick Chubb.
Ever.
Ryan Gilbert. Grade with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you so much. Grade my 10 team standard. Kamara, Brady, Montgomery, Carson, Davis, Gaskin, Hopkins, Jones, Godwin, Jamar Chase, James Conner, Cleveland. The only thing for me, Ryan, is I would have been interested in knowing who you took Kamara over, because in a standard format, Kamara loses quite a bit of value.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is, now maybe you were at the back half of that and he kind of just fell to you, and at that point it was just a no-brainer. But yeah, in standard leagues, Alvin Kamara takes a huge hit, and I imagine that to be true again this year with Jameis Winston under center.
Yabo Sama with the 5 bomb. Let me know how you feel. I got Dak, Henry, Mixon, Evans, A-Rob, Gus, Gus Edwards. Sometimes y'all shortening those names up screw me up. Mike Gesicki, Russell Gage, Terrace Marshall, Zach Moss, AJ Dillon, Daryl Williams. How am I feeling about it? I think there's a lot of safety on this team. Evans is kind of the key here for me. I like Mike Evans because Mike Evans is going to be the key to unlocking the upside of your team. So will Joe Mixon. So I think you're headed in the right direction. If those guys ball out, you're going to win some ships this year with that team.
Absolutely.
New York punter. We're still not at 400 likes. We've got almost 700 people watching. Why are you guys not hitting the like button?
They don't want to see the helmet come all the way down.
Oh my God. You guys are Headliner Nation. I very rarely say this. You're kind of letting me down right now, and it hurts. It hurts. I got to scroll back up because my stuff. New York punter in a 12 PPR flex. Picks, Pitts and Hawkinson and 4 and 5. Thoughts? No. There's no reason to draft 2 tight ends. No. There's no reason to do it, New York. And I get it because people are asking about it a lot. But listen, some people are like, oh, Pitts and Hawkinson, they score. Travis Kelce is the only tight end outside of Darren Waller that scores as a legit high upside wide receiver. There's no reason for you to draft 2 tight ends.
Yeah, 100%. No way. Too much other value right there that you're passing on to do that.
Thank God we hit 427 likes.
About
Jake,
damn
I'm going to
time.
go through some of the super chats. Get yourself some water. Breathe in a little bit, get extra oxygen in those lungs, and then I'm going to call you in here in just a second. Diego Ventura, grade my team in a half PPR. Picked 11 out of 12. Tannehill, Eckler, Henderson, Tyreek, Robinson, Jefferson, Jonnu, Flex, Deontay, Bench, Tua, Gaskin, Carter, Myers. Commit. I like it. I like it. There's upside there. There's safety there. I'm feeling it. I don't know if that's James Robinson or Allen Robinson. I'm thinking Allen Robinson, which makes me love it even more. I will say a little bit low or a little bit too, not enough running back depth. Not enough. That's the one thing, Diego. Carl Anderson, grade my starters. Kyler, Eckler, Gus, Ridley, Keenan Allen, Bobby Trees, Damian Harris, Andrews, 2 RB, 3 wide receivers, 2 flex. Absolutely love it. Definitely feeling that one. Gus Edwards is going to be the key to that team there, but you have Damian Harris, who you can throw in there if Gus doesn't hit those numbers that we hope he does. Blimp, Allen Robinson. I got Eckler and David from the Bears. David Montgomery from the Bears. Blimp, you asked a question earlier. Is this a follow-up to that? Hold on.
If it is, I don't remember it.
Should I trade Fuller, Mostert, Lazard, and Robinson for Diggs and OBJ? Allen Robinson, I got Eckler and David from the Bears. Blimp, I appreciate it, but I don't understand the follow-up to the question. I don't understand this one. My bad. John Groth, hey guys, am I crazy to go 4 running backs with the first 4 picks? 12-team PPR, quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, a tight end, 2 flex. I should be able to get Eckler, Montgomery, Swift, Gus Edwards. Let me know. Honestly, John, because this is only a 2 wide receiver league and you can flex 2 people, I'm fine with that because you can start all 4 of those running backs on a weekly basis. Dan Malin, how would I do? Stafford, D-Hop, Ayuk, Saquon, Montgomery, Pitts. Bench has Jamar, Chase, Landry, Madison, T-Law. I'm liking that. Love the tight end one. You've got good wide receiver one there with D-Hop. Ayuk, I would hope that I would want a little bit more from my wide receiver too, especially since Ayuk could see Kittle, Debo Samuel, a heavy run game that week. There just could be some up and downs with him. Yard Dog becoming a new member on Holden Chubb. Yard Dog, appreciate you. Thanks so much. Jake, I'm trying to get through these. Jason Marinette, again, appreciate you. Lots of donations tonight. 10 bomb, 10 team PPR, quarterback Prescott, wide receiver Ridley and McLaurin, running back Elliott and Montgomery, tight end Montgomery, tight end Waller, flex Henderson, bench David Johnson, Herbert, AJ Dillon, Waddle, Michael Thomas. I'm feeling that team, especially in a PPR 10 team. I'm liking it. The Q, 10 bomb, appreciate you. Hey guys, great offseason work and the info helped. Picked 5th in a 12-man and got Henry, Gibson, Allen, Evans, Hockenson, and Brady as my base. Can't wait for this week's videos. The Q, ooh, you are off to a great start. Love it. The Hot Nickels, my second flex, full PPR, Mooney or Waddle. Keep up the great work. I appreciate you all. Hot Nickels, if we're talking week 1, probably going to go with Mooney. Keep an eye on the rankings videos, though. Andy Garcia, rate my team. Quarterback, Rodgers. Running back, Saquon and Najee. Wide receiver, Allen and Cup. Tight end, Fant. Flex, Montgomery. I'm loving everything there except for Taint.
Whatever.
Everything except for Fant. I'm loving the entire rest of the team. It will be more than make up for it, though. Roosevelt Gardner, 10-team, full PPR. Higgins, Cook, Murray, Mixon, Godwin, Hockenson, and Jefferson. Is that Kyler Murray? Is that who it is? Kyler Murray, and then Cook. Or is it? I don't know. So Mixon and Cook are your running backs. Godwin and Higgins and Jefferson, Hockenson, Kyler. Okay. I'm going to give you a B+. I'm liking it. Mixon's got to go off, though, this season. Big Task 34 with the 5 bomb, full PPR, 10-team super. Dak, Matt, CMC, Antonio, D-Hop, Lamb, Lockett, Claypool, Fant, defense for the 49ers, Gus the Bus on the bench with Javonte Williams, Rojo, Boyd, Corey, Callaway. I'm liking that team right there. Lots of upside. Hector Padron. I'm trying to get through all these, Jake. I'm going to go. Okay, listen, if you've got a super chat, I'm going to go through them after Jake lets it flow here for a couple of minutes. But this man's got a child-sized helmet on that is already cutting off the blood flow to his brain, and I can't let him sit here any longer. So, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. Put your comments in the chat. We're going to let it flow. The greatest segment in the fantasy football industry today. Let's bring in Crispy. 3, 2, 1. Let it flow.
All right, here we go. I saw Warhorse ask the question, why do I like Terry McLaurin? Well, he's got a quarterback that can push the ball down the field, and that second half schedule is oh so juicy. How about Archangel just going, that's awesome too. 14-team PPR, start Ayuk or Sermon in the flex. Juicy 2K. It's not week 1 just yet. I don't know, but as of right now, I'm probably going to go with Ayuk. I want to see how they use Sermon to start the year before I automatically throw him into a starting lineup. A lot of yeses. A lot of let it flow emojis is absolutely awesome. Need to release 2. You got to release 2. Ayuk, Gage, Green, Callaway, and Mooney. That is tough. If I had to release 2 right now, oh, you're making me choose between some of my children here. I'm going to have to go between Green and Gage, but I don't love it. Sausage or bacon, Peasy? How about a little bit of both? Let's see. Big Chubbs inbound. You better believe it, Alex. We're here and we're letting it flow. Jake is going to need some Vaseline to get that helmet off. No, Q. I am a trained professional with this helmet. Anton, Jake, what do you think of Marlon Mack's value? Little to none. I think he touches the ball a couple times a week, just enough to annoy Jonathan Taylor owners, but not somebody who I'd want to own or ever start this year as of right now in fantasy football. Amari or Woods? I like some Bobby Trees a little bit more. I think CeeDee Lamb takes over that alpha role in Dallas. Vikash Shan, what's going on? He says, what up? Well, I have Fant. Should I trade him for a guy like Gronk? If not, who should I trade him for? Isaac Sealer. Man, it's so hard to know without knowing your roster and those in your league. You have to go around your league, find whoever has some depth or a player that you want, find out what they need and see what you can offer them to get somebody a little bit more of an upgraded tight end. Trade Damian Harris for Gus Edwards in a standard league? No, I wouldn't do that. You know what? If you want to be safer, I would do that. But it depends if you want to shoot for the upside or stay safe. A lot of let it flow emojis. Love seeing the let it flow emojis from the members out there. Dak or Herbert in a 6-point touchdown. Both is a win-win. I think the safer option in that scenario is Dak, but I don't mind Herbert whatsoever. I'm a fantasy family, and I'm a Chubb holder. Archangel out there. Be careful holding your Chubb on the internet. You could get in trouble in some states. Do I cut Hines or Mooney? Neither, Wendy's. Keep them both. Who else do you have? Let's see. What about, do I cut Hines? Oh, same question. Don't spam the same question. We got Chenault or Mooney in a full PPR. I'm going to have to go with Mooney, but it's only by a hair. Gus or Ayuk on the flex in a PPR. Remember, everybody, week 1 is not here yet. Week 1 does not start until Monday. We haven't dove into all those things yet. We got to wait a little bit longer till we can get more of that information. So much can change in the next 7 days. David Montgomery versus the Rams or Gaskin versus the Pats in week 1. More week 1 questions. On paper, as of right now, I don't see how you can't start David Montgomery, even though it's a tough matchup. Gaskin, it's not an easy matchup against the Pats either. Week 1, more week 1. Can somebody ask questions not related to week 1? No more week 1 questions because it's not week 1 yet. Tim O wants to know if he can play Barkley in his first week. You can. I don't think he's going to see a full workload, but you can definitely start him in week 1 as of right now. But we got to wait until we get further into next week and see how that practice goes for Barkley. Should I start Rojo or James Conner? Man, these are all week 1 questions. I don't know yet. It's too early. I'd have to think that James Conner is a safer guy because he's the one that has the clearest, path to touches on a weekly basis. Rest of season, Swift or Gus Edwards? Honestly, I'm going Gus Edwards, and that may sound a little bit crazy, but I'm all aboard the Gus bus. Saquon or Eckler? Got Barkley a couple spots higher, but I don't mind Eckler whatsoever. I just think the ceiling is higher for Barkley if he's actually healthy. A Whopper or Big Mac? Give me a Whopper there, 100%. Chenault or Mooney? Already talked about that. Darnell Mooney or Callaway in week 5? Great question, Ethan. Already wants to know how to set his lineup in week 5. Ginger Fit Dad, trade Godwin and Galladay for A-Rob. Man, if you have great wide receiver depth, I don't mind it because I'm not a Kenny Galladay guy. So as long as you have that depth, then I'm not against it. Who is better, Gabriel Davis or Russell Gage? Personally, I think Russell Gage has a safer floor weekly, but the higher ceiling, the guy that I would rather have is Gabriel Davis. Final stat prediction for Kyle Pitts. I'm going to put Kyle Pitts right around 70 receptions for 775 yards and 6 touchdowns. Gibson or Eckler? I love me some Antonio Gibson. I mean, I'm wearing the dude's shirt. Give me Antonio Gibson. Mike Davis opinion. Talked about Mike Davis a lot just in today's video. As a matter of fact, Kyle talked about him. We don't mind Mike Davis. His path to touches has taken a hit a little bit in Atlanta, but it doesn't mean that he's just not going to be existent in that offense. He's going to see some work, especially the first half of the season. TJ Schumann, Zach Wilson, Rookie of the Year. That is a great question, TJ. And you know what? I might as well say it here on the live show. In my opinion, it will not surprise me if the best rookie quarterback on the year is Zach Wilson of the New York Jets. There, I just said it. I am pro Jets and Zach Wilson now that there's no Adam Gase there to ruin his career. Thoughts on A.J. Brown? Really loved him before Julio Jones, but I still think he's going to be the alpha in that offense, and all Julio's going to do is help pull away some of that defensive attention, so I definitely still love A.J. Brown. Mike Gesicki, opinion? I love Gesicki. I loved him last year, but the problem now is you got Will Fuller, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Devontae Parker, you got some running backs in the backfield. Just too many guys to share with, and I don't think he sees consistent targets. What if I told you my top 5 running backs are Kamara, Zeke, Demont, Gaskin, and Connor? I would believe you, Ryan, because I think I have a league with almost that exact same backfield. So yes, I would believe you. Go to Game Food. I love me some wings, Ethan. Y'all are awesome. Appreciate you, Brian, out there. Who are some trade equivalents for Gus Edwards? I mean, you're looking somewhere right around those high end or mid to high end running back twos. I mean, right around the David Montgomerys, right around in that section. Personally, I think Gus Edwards is a safe floor on a weekly basis. Yo, do you guys have a clear-cut number one pick for PPR? It's still Christian McCaffrey, personally, for me. Please rank the most important positions in fantasy football. Tommy Topus, I've seen this question 825 times. I'm ranking the positions. Running back is important. Wide receiver is important. Tight end is important. Quarterback is important. Kickers, not so much. Then defense is a little bit more than kickers. But I'm a big running back guy, 100%. Y'all should tour across like several states meeting fans and stuff. Would be impossible, but cool. Not impossible. We did that in Indianapolis just a couple years ago and would love to do it again. We go to the Fantasy Football Expo. We were just in Canton, Ohio 2 or 3 weeks ago. We're trying to be at the draft more than likely. There's some conferences all over next year. We'll probably be at the Combine next year. We're going to be places. Y'all just got to come out and hang out with us. Any tips on how to manage fab money? First time playing with it. Be careful what you play with the first time there, Ethan. Don't blow your wad all at once, my friend. You got to save some of it. You don't want to go out there week one and just like make it rain on some guy that's really not going to help your team. Hold on to it until you really have a desperate need before you go out there and play with it, if you know what I mean. What about come to Wisconsin? Alex, what's up in Wisconsin? Alex, what am I going to do up there besides eat cheese? When are you guys coming to Cali? Cali's a long ways away. That's like opposite coast. AJ Green, love some AJ Green. Fantasy Headliners World Tour, I'm all for it. Who's down? Let's see here. Logan Thomas over Tunyon, question mark. They're going to be super close. I think Logan Thomas has the safer option, though, on a week-to-week basis. I drafted Chubb over Kamara. Was that a mistake? No, Chris. No, it was not. Guys, even though I do like both of them, I love some Nick Chubb. And obviously, it kind of depends on what kind of scoring your league has, but no, I have no issue with that whatsoever. Chubb over Hill? Yes. Sam Darnold is going to be a surprisingly good season. Mr. Curtis Citric, I agree. I had Sam Darnold in the sleeper episode about 2 weeks ago. A lot of people thought I was crazy, but if you like DJ Moore, if you like Robbie Anderson, if you like Terrace Marshall, if you like Christian McCaffrey, why do you not like Sam Darnold? Yeah, absolutely. Whew. Hector Pedron out there says he paid $7 and hasn't gotten a question answered yet. Hector, do you see? We haven't even taken a break yet, dude. We'll get to them, but we have to be patient here. Whew.
Yeah, Hector, stop complaining.
I mean, I'm dang near passing out going nonstop fantasy football questions.
And I literally just said a couple of minutes ago, I'm going to get to all the super chats in a minute, which I'm going to get back to right now. Hector Padron with the $1 in the super chat. Appreciate you, Hector. Thank you so much. Bibby K, quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, wide receiver, Ridley, Woods, Debo, Galladay, Chark, and Waddle, running back, Chubb, Montgomery, Swift, Carter Hines, tight end, Tunyon, got offered Najee for Ridley. You've got Chubb, Montgomery, Swift. No, I'm keeping Ridley there. You're good with Chubb, Montgomery, and Swift. I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to keep Ridley there. Ridley could be the wide receiver one. Mark Matthews with the 10 bomb in the super chat. Hey, fellas, 3 wide receivers, 2 flex, grade drop, 2 starters. Tannehill, Godwin, Debo, Anderson, Kamara, Harris, Gronk, Montgomery, Henderson, bench, Curtis Samuel, Corey Davis, Gabriel Davis, Latavius Murray, Gio McKissick, and T. Williams. McKissick, I'm not holding on to. I have no interest in it. He's not going to get the same receptions that he did last year. And Gio, I'm not going to hang on to Gio either, because Gio's going to have to fight for touches with 2 other running backs, a horde of tight ends, and 2 of the better wide receivers in the league. Brian Barton. Let's not forget, Boyd was top 15 while Burrow was there. Let's go with my second team, 10-team, full PPR, Mahomes, CNC, Montgomery, Hopkins, Woods, Hawkinson, Ayuk with Harris, Gordon on the bench. Listen, I like Tyler Boyd. I think Tyler Boyd in the slot this year could thrive. I have been a strong advocate of not getting too high on Jamar Chase and forgetting about Tyler Boyd. So I haven't forgot about Tyler Boyd. I like Tyler Boyd. Actually, on the Dynasty podcast on Patreon with Kane, we both talked about how we think Boyd could still be a really strong candidate this year. As far as your team goes, full PPR with Mahomes, CMC, Montgomery, Hopkins, Woods, Hawkinson, Ayuk, Harris, Gordon on the bench. I like it. I would wish in a 10 team I would have a little bit more depth at running back because after Harris, it really falls off there. So it depends on how many bench spots you could end up starting. Hector Padron with a 5 donation. There you go, Hector. Getting your question right now. PPR 12-player league, keepers, Aaron Jones and Ridley. I want to get a running back with the first pick. Should I get a running back, wide receiver, or tight end with a pick after? Well, if you go with a running back at your first pick, you've got 2 there. And honestly, it 100% depends on who else is being kept. Because if everybody's keeping running backs and they're basically gone, you may have to go with another running back if you're going to have that depth. If there's a lot of running backs out there, you may be able to wait and take a wide receiver. But Hector, that's really going to depend on who's there. What have you got? It's going to depend on what tight ends are there as well. What tight ends are already being kept. If all the good tight ends are gone and there's nobody really left, then I'm skipping over tight end altogether and I'm waiting. So Hector, that's going to really be dependent on everybody else that's been kept. Blimp, you asked about my running back depth. Oh, okay. I got you. So you've got David Montgomery from the Bears and Austin Eckler. And I have to go back up and find his other question. Fuller, Mostert, Diggs. I mean, if that's your running back depth, I mean, I'm okay with that. But again, basically 2 of those guys are going to cross each other out. I'm also fine just waiting, keeping Mostert for the depth and waiting to see what happens over the next couple of weeks. Trey Hatton with the 10 bomb. What's going on, Trey? How's my team and a 10-man PPR? Kyler Murray, Zeke, Gus, Nick, Damian, wide receiver, Scary Terry, Robert Woods, Antonio Brown, Juju, Mike Williams, Hawkinson, Everett at tight end, Crosby, and the Browns defense. I am loving it. I'm loving it. Really good team there. The wide receiver, you say Nick at running back. Is that Nick Chubb, or is there a different Nick that I'm forgetting about? Because if you got Zeke and Nick Chubb, holy, yes. Garrett Hedworth, $20 donation in the super chat. Appreciate you. 12-team PPR. My running backs are Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris, Carson Gaskin, Michael Carter. My wide receivers are Mike Evans, Higgins, Robbie Anderson, Corey Davis, Pittman Jr. When should I make a move for a true number 1 wide receiver? I went running back heavy early. I mean, honestly, I'm holding right now. I'm going to hold because give me the running back depth that you have, and I'm going to hope that Evans and Higgins hit on a high enough basis and that Corey Davis gets enough volume to be pretty decent every single week.
Plus, you got Michael Pittman who can take that step forward with the T.Y. Hilton injury.
Yes, so let it play out. Let it play out before making a move. Edward Smith with the 5 bomb. Rate my team in a 12-man PPR 2 flex pick 10. Quarterback Brady. Running backs Chubba Hubbard. Oh, Cubed? Cubed?
You got Cubed and Najee. I don't know who Cube
is. That Chubb? Nick Chubb? Nick Chubb, Najee Harris, wide receivers Lockett, and A-Rob. Tight end is Pitts, flex Deontay Johnson and Damian Harris. I'm liking it. I'm feeling that team. The flex with Deontay Johnson and Damian Harris are good every single week. If that's Chubb, that's great at the running back position. Wide receivers. The only problem is probably I'm going to put Deontay Johnson in as my wide receiver too, and then I'll flex Lockett in really, really good matchups.
Yep.
Neon Gamer 0405. What should I do with my first 3 picks at 11? Well, your first 2 picks are going to be running backs, hopefully. I mean, you're getting a lot of people falling there. Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb could potentially fall there. You could take Najee Harris. You could take Austin Eckler. You could take Antonio Gibson. You can take any combination of those guys at the end of the first and the start of the second round. And then as far as your 3rd pick, it depends. If the running backs are gone at that point and you got to go running back. If they're not and you can go with the top wide receiver, go with the top wide receiver.
Yep.
Hector accidentally got out. Did you answer my $5 question? Yes, now we have. Ed Miller, rate my team, 10-team, half-point PPR, Russell Wilson, Dak. Running backs, Chubb, Gibson, Swift, Mostert, Sermon, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver, DJ Moore, Sutton, Shenault Mooney, tight end Kittle. And a 10-team, you're very shallow at wide receiver. And a 10-team, you should probably have much better wide receivers. But it depends on when you took Russell Wilson because you took Dak too. That's my concern is that you used 2 really good picks for quarterbacks when you should have been using them for wide receivers. For a 10 team, that's really, really low on the wide receiver depth. Luis, smooth flow, Jake. Appreciate the 5 bomb and the shout out to Jake. A few more to get caught up here in the super chat. Ken in a full PPR need a wide receiver 3 and a flex out of Antonio Brown, LaVisca Chenault, and Damian Harris. Cheers. Ken, again, can't fully answer week 1 questions. For me personally, I'm probably going LaVisca Chenault as my wide receiver 3 and Damian Harris, but make sure that you watch the start sit videos and everything else. Leader TV, Chase Edmonds or Nyheim Hines. I mean, if we're talking overall for the year, I'm going to go Nyheim Hines. Neon Gamer 0405, top 3 picks. Top 3 picks for pick 11 and a half PPR. Neon, you must have sent it twice because I just talked about that a second ago. So, yep, we already got to it. Tracy Tardif Jr., who made out better, guys? Nick Chubb, Robert Woods, and a 2020 second rounder for Calvin Ridley, Kareem Hunt, and 2022-2023 first rounders. It's going to be the Nick Chubb side for me. If you're a competing team, I am fine with that. If the Ridley, Hunt, and the first rounders are a team that's rebuilding, it's going to be that team in a few years. But right now, if you're a competing team, Chubb and Woods all day, every day. Cole Pierce. I am in a 10-team full PPR league. Kyler Murray, Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, A.J. Brown, DJ Moore, Darren Waller, Juju, or Daryl Henderson at the flex, and the Steelers D. I'm liking that team. You've got good upside at the running back position if we can get DeAndre Swift healthy. So that might be one thing that you want to keep an eye on. If Jamal Williams is available in your league, I would grab him and add him. Nick Donahue with the 2 bombs. Start 2. Gus Edwards, DJ Moore, Mike Davis, CEH in an 8-point PPR. Is that supposed to be an 8-team PPR?
I'm guessing it's 8-team.
8-team. Again, can't answer a whole lot of week 1 questions. But if I can start 2 running backs, even though I love myself some DJ Moore, I'll go with CEH and Gus Edwards more than likely.
Yep.
OG Paul D, what's up?
What
Paul,
up, OG?
With the 10 bomb. Hurts, Carr, Adams, Diggs, Schuster, CEH, Montgomery, Hawkinson, Harris, Callaway, Sermon, Myers, Dillon, Devonta Smith, David Johnson, Goff, and Stevenson got forced wide receiver early. 10-man half PPR, 2 QB. All right, so 2 QB. OG Paul listens to us, baby. I'm feeling this because what did you do with the quarterback position in a 2 QB league? You punted it, but you got some potential upside with Jalen Hurts. Again, don't love him, but he does have it, right? It could potentially be there, but you punted the quarterback position and you said, you know what? I'm just going to grab starters. You did that. I absolutely love that because the rest of your team, if you look at it, is absolutely stacked. So I love how you did that and you set that up in a 2 QB league. Very, very good there. And Joey Bananas 21 with the 5 bomb in a 16-team league. My first team or my team half PPR. It says IQB. I'm guessing 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, James Conner, A.J. Brown, Devontae Parker, Rob Gronkowski, flex, Gus Edwards. I don't love Gronk there, but it is a 16-team league. And because it's a 16-team league, you've got to find guys like that. So I'm fine with it. I think you're going to compete this year. And then Archangel with the 10 bomb, Pat Mahomes, Terry McLaurin, Metcalf, Jay Taylor, David Montgomery, Noah Fant, Sam Darnold, Henderson, Corey Davis, Zach Moss, Leonard Fournette, Joe Burrow, in a 2 QB league, PPR 12-man league. Thoughts? So Patty Mahomes and then Joe Burrow is your 2 quarterbacks. Absolutely love it. You got Terry McLaurin and upside with DK Metcalf there. You've got Jonathan Taylor and David Montgomery. Sam Darnold at quarterback, Henderson. I love it, Archangel. Absolutely love it. Derek S. throwing a super, super saucy 20 bomb into the super chat. Derek, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Julio Villa with a 5 bomb in the super chat. Julio, appreciate you as well. And we are caught up.
Perfect. Now I see a lot of people.
It wasn't quite your let it flow, Jake, but
it was cool. It was okay. You read pretty well. Jake, what do you think of Tony Jones, running back for the Saints? Is he now the possible backup for Kamara? Keyword possible. Possible. Is it really going to be startable? That's the biggest question. I don't think it's gotten to that point yet. I really don't want to roster people that I have no intention of ever starting. If it gets to the point where you have to start Tony Jones, it means Kamara is out completely. And I don't think that he's a handcuff that I'm willing to hang on to at this point. However, it does look like he could get more and more touches in that offense. not going to overtake anybody, drastically, though. It's going to be a different offense. Remember, no Drew Brees, now Jameis Winston there. If they set a Hall of Fame quarterback in Drew Brees at times for Taysom Hill, they're going to sit Jameis Winston at times for Taysom Hill. So it's still going to be a little bit of a different offense, and I don't want to try to guess too much there and kind of be too cute with the Saints. Any sleepers on the Chargers? Not really. I mean, I think people are still undervaluing Mike Williams to a certain extent. I think that Mike Williams, when he's on the field, which is the biggest problem, but you don't have to pay a heavy price tag for him. He produces, and he doesn't need huge volume because the big plays are there, and he has a big play quarterback. I don't know if I can call Mike Williams a sleeper, but he's somebody who in the later rounds, if he's sitting there, I have no issues taking him. What about Trey Sermon or Miles Sanders? Still going to go with Miles Sanders. I mean, Trey Sermon, I think, is a second half guy. It's going to take him a few weeks to get acclimated in this offense and really start getting consistent touches. So unless Raheem Mostert goes out early in the season, I think we see Sermon sparingly for the first few weeks of it. Kane, our own Kane out there in the chat throwing up the Headliner Nation hashtag. We see you out there, Kane. What about... Oh, Anna got somebody out there.
I think it was a mistake, though. I don't think she meant to do that.
Oh, I'd have no idea. I just saw Anna's out there. She has our back.
Yeah,
100%.
He was responding to someone else, but the way that he said it, it sounded like he was saying he was ridiculous, but I think he was saying his team was ridiculous. So, Anna, if you could untime him out.
I don't know if you can untime out.
Oh,
maybe you can.
James wants a calf cam.
No, he doesn't.
Boom! Look at those babies. Look at that right there. Oh, flex it. There's some calf cam. If you don't know about the calf cam, that's coming from the gaming channel. Woo!
Wow. That just happened.
Love you, James.
I can't unsee that.
Dennis Kelly wants to know thoughts on Damian Harris this year. We actually talked about it a little bit already. Wasn't loving Damian Harris earlier in the offseason, but now that we've gotten rid of Cam Newton, so he is not going to take those goal line touches anymore. That is awesome. Okay, that helps. And then also we got rid of Sony Michel, so that helps out as well. So I'm liking him a lot now. And as a solid RB2, I'll take it.
Can I ask a question? To the chat.
Yeah.
And I don't want crazy emojis, but I just want like a single emoji. I don't care if it's a taco. I don't care if it's an eggplant. I don't care if it's a smiley face.
I want to see eggplants.
Just a solo emoji. Does anybody out there, we have 691 people watching. Do you like college football? Do you like college football? Or are you strictly NFL? I want to see how many emojis are out there of people who are interested in college football. Because I don't know if we have any college crowd out there, and if we do, I'm just trying to find out. Warhorse says he looks forward to this every weekend. Warhorse, we look forward to hanging out with you on Saturday night as well. Let's see. What about... Okay, you know what? I've seen it 855 times here. Maybe 900 at this point. Steven Ortiz has spammed the chat nonstop to have his team rated. I don't know the big deal with it. I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers, Christian McCaffrey, Antonio Gibson. You misspelled Aaron Rodgers and Antonio Gibson. So you're like 1 for 3 at this point. AJ Brown, Chris Godwin, and Tyler Lockett. Okay, I mean, you got great names. The rating on the team, it's a solid team. I mean, you took high-end players. I don't dislike it. It's solid. Please stop spamming the chat now. Anyway.
Michael Cantanzaro with a 5-bomb, 12-man. How we feeling? Russell Wilson, Austin Eckler, Chris Carson, Darrell Henderson, Trey Sermon, T. Williams, Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, AJ Brown, Deebo Samuel, Rondell Moore, MJJ, and Darren Waller. In a 12 team, I feel like you probably used to pick a little bit too early on Russell Wilson when I would have rather had an RB2 or got the hiccups all of a sudden. Or would have rather have had a much better wide receiver 2 than you could have made T. Higgins your wide receiver 3. Other than that, I don't mind it. I think the key to your team is going to be Chris Carson. If Chris Carson gets hurt, I think you're going to be struggling a little bit. Julio Villa.
Julio.
12-man PPR 5th pick. The first 4 should go CMC, Dalvin, Kamara, Derrick Henry. Who should I pick? I like Eckler. I like Zeke and Aaron Jones. I'm going Aaron Jones or Nick Chubb. I've got Nick Chubb just a little bit higher right now.
Kev Lawrence out there says you have to break out the wallet to get a reply. That's funny, Kev, because we've been in this chat all night long. So
yeah, Kev,
if you don't
Jake
like
did
it,
like 10 minutes of Let It Flow, constantly answering every
we're
question.
constantly
Hey,
in the
Swag,
chat.
get another body bag in here because I got to put Kevin in it too.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, even if you opened up your wallet, we don't want it anyway. Get it out of here.
Yeah, exactly, Kev.
Coming
Go take
into
the
my
negativity
chat,
elsewhere, Kev.
acting like a big time spender.
Exactly. But, I saw a lot of solo emojis go by for some people who do like college football.
Whew.
Now, I'm just throwing this out there because this is a fantasy football channel. You guys ask a lot of questions about rookies. So I'm posting a link right now in the chat. If you like college football, subscribe to this channel right here. This is our college football channel right there. And I may pin it to the top here just for a second so it doesn't scroll by too fast. But that is Headliner U. All the incoming rookies, scouting reports, game film breakdown, all that kind of stuff. Chris Chouse has you covered over there. Tons of information. Talked about Ramondre Stevenson earlier. He talked about Ramondre Stevenson like 2 months ago. So make sure you subscribe to that channel if you like college football. He's got you covered all season long. What's next?
We've got a couple of super bombs here. Rael TV. Rate my squad, half PPR, 10 team. Herbert, AJ Brown, Robinson, Lockett, Taylor, Saquon, Thomas, Javonte, Bench, DJ Moore, Sermon, Callaway, Elijah Moore, Michael Carter, and Gage. I'm liking it. And a Tim team, I do think there's the upside there with Brown and Robinson and Lockett. You've got Taylor and Saquon. I don't know who Thomas is. It just says last name Thomas.
This is Michael Thomas.
Maybe. He's with the running backs, though. What running back would it be?
I got nothing.
Anyway, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Jose Beltran with the 10 bomb. 10-man PPR QB, Kyler Murray or Aaron Rodgers. Wait a second here. Are you asking who you should draft? Because you shouldn't have both of those guys. If you are, you're using picks. You're using picks non-efficiently. Aaron Jones, Eckler, Robert Woods, Juju, Cook at tight end, or Pittsburgh rookie, flex Marvin Jones. Okay, Jose, here's the I don't know if you're asking me how to rate your team or to pick start and sit for you. So I don't know what's going on. First off, you shouldn't have Kyler Murray and Aaron Rodgers. Don't do that unless this is a 2 QB league or super flex, because somehow you still made out like a bandit at the quarter or the running back position. But then you've only got Robert Woods and Juju at wide receiver. Instead of using picks on those 2 quarterbacks, you should have been drafting a different wide receiver. I'm going Cook over Freiermuth for right now, just because we don't know when Muth is going to actually hit on a consistent basis. Oh, you do have DeAndre Swift too. Yeah, if I were you, I would have been using picks on wide receivers, not quarterbacks.
Yeah, too many quarterbacks. No need for all those early quarterbacks. Appreciate you, Julio.
Wait, what?
Julio said he appreciates us, and I just said I appreciate him back.
I appreciate you, Julio. Ed Garcia with the 5 bomb in a non-PPR 12 teams. Brady and Winston, Chubb, Gibson, Connor, Hines, David Johnson, wide receiver, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, Emmanuel Sanders, Gage, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, TJ. Edson, listen. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like that team. Because, and let me tell you why. Obviously, love Chubb. Gibson's good, but in a non-PPR, he's going to lose some value if he's getting a lot of receptions. Hines is a PPR, half PPR only type play. Brandon Cooks can't stay healthy and has a rookie quarterback and an awful offense. Deontay Johnson has the drop-a-rooskies, and you don't have much viable depth behind it. So Edson, I appreciate the 5 bomb. Unfortunately, I'm not loving that team, but I hope it does turn out to be better.
Yeah, maybe start making some trade offers out there to see if you can improve the wide receivers there just a little bit.
Yep. CD88 with a 5 bomb, 12 team standard. Who would you say has the highest upside among Chenault, Mooney, and Hardman? First ever super chat. Well, we appreciate you.
Appreciate you
with the first ever super chat. Highest upside is going to be probably Hardman for me right now.
Probably. I mean, that kid is still so new to that position. A lot of people want to write him off because, the last couple years. But remember, he's only played wide receiver like 2 years of his life. So he's getting better and he's in a great offense. I think if you're looking for like the immediate upside, like you want somebody right away, I like Darnell Mooney a little bit more. If you have that opportunity to wait and see how things play out a few weeks, then Hardman may be that guy that you can get super, later in drafts.
Last D20 Hero says, y'all are a group of absolute legends. Love you guys. Love you too, Last D. Darlene Barban says, long time listener, Brady, Henry Eckler, Mike Evans, Bobby Trees, Logan Thomas, CEH in the flex, 49ers, 10 team, half PPR. I like it. The key to this team is going to be Mike Evans. If he's hitting more weeks than not, Darlene's going to be putting a nice shiny trophy on the shelf this year.
Land Destroy out there says, hi from Arizona, Jake.
Woo!
Hi,
Get yourself
old home.
some
Filibertos. An Arizona burrito with a cheese quesadilla late at night with some of that spicy hot salsa. Woo!
Baby. Juice Man 503 with the 5 bomb. Got stuck with Swift as an RB2 in a 14-team PPR. Backups Murray and Malcolm Brown. Should I upgrade or keep the Flyers? QB Murray, wide receivers DK, Juju, Fuller, Curtis Samuel. You're going to have to stick with them right now, Juice Man, because you don't really have the depth to make any type of moves. I don't know who your running back one is because I didn't see you mention it. Maybe you could potentially trade DK and get another, maybe take a little bit of a hit at wide receiver and grab another running back. Right now, I would probably just hang tight and see what happens the first couple of weeks, especially with Swift.
Swift could just be a major headache if he can't get healthy here pretty soon.
Juice Man, you guys are amazing. I win at least 60% of my league since listening to you guys. Let's make that 70 this year.
Yeah, let's go for 70.
Let's go for 70. Splems with the 10 bombs. Splems, it's been a while since we've seen you. Welcome.
Hey, Splems.
I have CMC and Mixon as my running backs. I'm stuck with Julio and AJ Brown at wide receiver. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. DJ Moore is my flex. Have CEH on the bench. Tight end is Mark Andrews. Do I trade CEH, AJ Brown, and Andrews for Devontae Adams and Higbee? Me personally, Splems, I'm keeping it. I like your team because you do have DJ Moore that you can put in instead of Julio as your RB or wide receiver 2, and then you can move CEH to the flex. If I'm you, I am trying to trade Julio for somebody. I'm trying to move Julio at this point, and maybe you can't do it right this minute. Wait for him to have a huge game and then do it.
Yeah. Phil Philly 5.0 says, I've watched all your videos and I still don't know what to do. Can I drive to one of your houses tomorrow?
No, but I'll meet you at the nearest White Castle. We'll draft from there.
Oh, that's disgusting. White Castle is straight garbage. Straight garbage.
Philly said, I take not answering as a yes. Oh, my God. Jake, have you been giving out my address to people?
I mean, for the highest bidder, maybe.
Blake P. Rank the wide receiver in an ideal draft order for PPR. Metcalf, McLaurin, AJ Brown, Allen Robinson, Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb. Jake, you just did some rankings this morning. I'm going to defer to you to give us your updated rankings.
Wait, I'm lost though. Which one are we on?
We're on Blake P with the 5 bomb.
Blake P says, wank. I said wank on the internet. Rank the wide receivers in ideal draft order for PPR. So I'm guessing full PPR. Metcalf, McLaurin, AJ Brown, Allen Robinson, Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, I love all of those guys. I have DK Metcalf ranked the highest. I'm trying to look here. You may actually have them in the order that I have them. I have Keenan Allen a little bit higher. So personally, it being a full PPR, this is how I would go. I'd go Metcalf, Keenan Allen, McLaurin, AJ Brown. Oh, no, CeeDee Lamb and then AJ Brown, being in this full PPR. I love AJ Brown, obviously, but he's a big play guy. Not as many receptions in his game. CeeDee Lamb should take a step forward, getting so many slot snaps, but I love me some DK Metcalf. Got that big playability in that offense. There's like 14 running backs in Seattle, only like 4 wide receivers. So he doesn't have to share a whole lot there. Let's see. What about somebody said something about in and out? In and out does sound pretty good right now, and I'm not even an in and out guy. You won't get Kelsey in any other round than the first. That is probably a true statement. Maybe beginning of the second, depending on your league size. Rendon Martinez. What about Ridley? We like Calvin Ridley. I think Ridley's biggest question mark for me is touchdowns. I know the receptions are going to be there, the targets are going to be there, the receiving yards are going to be there, or the touchdowns going to be there. I mean,
if he gets double-digit touchdowns, he could push Devontae Adams for wide receiver 1 this year.
Game over. Yes, 100%. He's really going to be dependent. And why I say that and what worries me, because they have Kyle Pitts now, who is going to be a red zone nightmare for opposing defenses. What are you laughing at?
Can't say.
Why can't you say it?
Oh my God, I can't say it on the air.
It has something to do with me saying wank?
No, but that's funny too.
Okay. Can you tell me afterwards?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we got Blake P. Devin Jakowski with the 2-bomb. Take Cook second if you have Jefferson as a keeper. Yeah. Both of them were fancy viable last year by a long shot. They can be again this year. Kane with $1.69 in the super chat. Kane, we love you. Appreciate you. Deshaun Woods, $1.99. Love you guys in your content opinion on Curtis Samuel. I think Curtis Samuel could be a nice PPR addition, running out of the slot there. Definitely like him. He can do a lot of really good things. I love myself some Curtis Samuel this season.
I think going back there with Ron Rivera and Scott Turner in that offense in Washington is going to kind of rejuvenate what he was or should have been in Carolina, where he wasn't able to stay healthy. As long as he can stay healthy and on the field, I think he's somebody who could definitely eat in those underneath routes, those crossing routes across the flat. I mean, that's where Ryan Fitzmagic could really dump off to, and I think that he sees some of that benefit as Curtis Samuel. I just don't know about the consistency of it on a week-to-week basis.
Pug Daddy says, are you fellas roommates? No, but I'm taking applications for one. If you want to put it in, maybe you could be my roommate, Pug Daddy. Dante Jones in a 10-man standard league. Quarterback is Stafford. Running back Elliott, Robinson, Gaskin, Harris, Sony Michel. Wide receivers Diggs, Keenan Allen, Callaway, Sutton, and LaVisca, Chenault. Tight end Kittle and Gesicki. Well, here's the thing. If you got Kittle, there's no reason to spend a pick on Gesicki. Just take someone way later. Gaskin, to me, is a little bit more of a half PPR or full PPR running back instead of being a standard. But you've got him. You've got Harris there that you can use. Me personally, I might try to potentially move Gaskin or just hold on to him for the depth. But maybe take a look at adding like a wide receiver. Like me personally, Keenan Allen is going to be like a really, really good half PPR wide receiver, but he might not be a great standard receiver because he might not get the touchdowns. I might put some feelers out there, trading Keenan Allen and Gaskin and trying to get like maybe a DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That'd be awesome.
The Hot Nickels, full PPR, Tannehill, Kamara, Najee, Woods, Julio, Tunyon, Mike D, Kenny G, Bench, Waddle, Rojo, Mooney, Latavius, Russell Gage. Going to trade Mike D for Kittle. Yes. If you can get Kittle for Mike Davis,
100%.
You hurry up and do it before that person changes their mind.
Yeah.
Taylor,
agree.
thank you. Taylor, I just saw your message in Discord. Thank you. I haven't said it out loud to anybody, but thank you. Nicholas Sellers with the 10 bomb in the super chat. You guys are great. Help me move.
Help him what?
I love Taylor so much.
What did I miss?
Look in Discord.
Where?
In the MVP chat.
Oh. I got a lot of messages to catch up on.
Just scroll to the bottom.
Taylor, we were friends, Taylor.
No, you can't get upset with Taylor.
I'm upset at Anna. She started it all.
Oh, that's
and actually,
I did see that.
Actually, just so you know, that is a false claim in Discord, Taylor. False.
Oh my God. All right, Nicholas Sellers with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you. You guys are great. Helped me move from last 2 years ago to third last season, and we were going for the gold in 2021. How am I looking, fellas, in a 12-man PPR? We've got Dak, Zeke, CEH, Ridley, Cup, Devonta Smith is your flex, and Tunyon. Honestly, I like the starting lineup, except I don't love Smith as my flex because I would much rather flex a running back than a wide receiver. But it's really going to depend on your bench, Nicholas. So is this a bad team by any means? No, not whatsoever. But for me to accurately tell you, oh yeah, you really have a shot, it's going to depend on your bench 100%. I like the starting lineup. I would hope that I could put someone else in at flex and keep an eye on Tunyon because I'm not loving him with the addition of Randall Cobb. Ra'el TV with the 20 bomb in the super chat. I love you, Ra'el. Rate my squad. Half PPR, 10-team disclaimer. Drafted while drunk.
Wow.
Okay. Josh Allen, Diggs, Sutton, DJ Moore, Elijah Moore, Callaway, Gallup, Logan Thomas, Saquon, James Robinson, Javonte Williams, Fournette, Gainwell. Point out weaknesses. Well, listen, for this being a team that you drafted while you were drunk, it could have been a lot worse. For a 10-team team, though, I definitely got to have a better wide receiver, too, than Sutton. Coming back from injury, splitting targets with a lot of guys. Teddy B, his style of play is more geared towards Jerry Jeudy. So I would need a little bit. Oh, you've got DJ Moore as your wide receiver too. Okay, not as bad. After Saquon, though, your running backs could be hit or miss every single week, and that could be the problem. If James Robinson doesn't have a good week, if Javonte Williams doesn't take over as a starter, you could be in a lot of trouble at the running back position.
Yeah.
Oscar Hernandez with the 5 bomb. Quarterback, we've got TB12. Running backs, Aaron Jones, Gibson, Demont. Ooh, my God, I'm loving that. Wide receiver, AJ Brown, Brandon Ayuk, AB, Michael Thomas, Gage, tight end Fant. 12 teams, half PPR. What do you think? Loving the running backs. Demont, Gibson, Aaron Jones. Absolutely love it. Fant, not my favorite tight end. And your running back or your wide receiver depth after AJ Brown is questionable. You're really going to have to hope Michael Thomas comes back and is healthy.
And when is that going to be? Week 8? Week 9? Week 10? You dig yourself too deep of a hole too early and you may not be able to get out of it.
Yes. Anna, just block that Jacob Andrews clown. Get him out of here. I'm tired of seeing his crap. He's talking crap to Headliner Nation. You don't mess with the nation, Jacob, especially with sunglasses like that. Those should be at the bottom of your nearest lake while you're out tubing with your buddies and drinking beers and talking about how you used to be Letterman on the football team back in the day. Swag, get another body bag in here. I've done it again. Let's keep going. Peter Beulah in an 8-man standard. Number 5, Murray, Chubb, Kamara, Allen, OBJ, Mark Andrews, CEH, the Saints D, McLaughlin, Eckler, Davis, Brown, Connor, Chark, Henderson. Oh my God. Well, for an 8-man team, Peter, you have a ton of upside there. Yeah. Like lots of it.
Which could be, because it's an 8-man league. But at least you drafted correctly.
Jake, do you have a Costco card?
No. I got Sam's Club.
You got Sam's Club?
Yeah.
All right. Swag. Get Jake Sam's Club information. We need more body bags in here, baby. Buying them in bulk. You don't mess with us here, baby. Roger! Listen, Roger, I love you, but if you keep leaving me hanging and not playing Apex with me, I'm not answering your questions anymore this year.
Oh, wow.
10-man, half PPR, 2 quarterback. Brady and Darnold, love it. Kamara. Aaron Jones, Hopkins, Evan, Henderson.
Ooh, I like that.
Woo, Teddy
like
B.
That.
Mike Davis, Connor, Dre. I'm loving it. I'm loving that team, Timmy. 10-team, half PPR. You've got the upside at wide receiver. You got the safety at wide receiver. You've got the upside at running back. You've got it all there. Roger, love you. Paulo Villa. I skipped over yours. We're going back. Do you keep Cam Akers in a 5-keeper league over Mike Davis?
Yes. God. Yes, but
wait. Like for this season? Like, do you have to make that decision? Or are you saying, would you mark him as a keeper like for next year? because
Yeah,
if it's for this year, if you have a competing team that you think you can really win with, I don't know how you keep a guy that isn't going to touch the field this year over Mike Davis. If you're thinking long term, then absolutely you have to keep Cam Akers because Mike Davis might not be doing anything a year from now.
yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Roger got you. Corbin. Ooh, Warhorse. We'll get to that one in just a second. Corbin Vaughn, 10 team. Dak, Hill, A-Rob, Woods, Gibson, Eckler, and Gus. You've got it all there, man. You've got a great quarterback. You've got high upside safety at wide receiver. You've got high upside and safety you got more upside at the running back position than safety. There could be some weeks where your running backs are mediocre, but they should be putting up some big time points every single week.
Yep. Matt Daly,
rate my team. Rodgers, running back Swift, Davis, wide receiver Adams, Tyreek. I already see the problem here. Hooper, flex Keenan Allen, Lockett, Gaskin, Gus Edwards, Devon. So the running backs didn't end up being that bad, but it could have been a lot worse, seeing as how you probably went like Adams, Tyreek, and Keenan Allen, and then you tried to get like Swift. So, I mean, you've got a lot of upside at the wide receiver position, Matt, but your running backs, if Swift is hurting, is really going to be an issue for you all season long. That's my concern.
I hate everyone on Discord.
Oh my God. I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, you can. I think I'm just going to close our Discord down right now. I'm going to delete it, Taylor. I will delete it.
You can't. They paid for the season. You have to wait until
I'll refund them.
Warhorse dropping a 40 bomb. You've answered a lot of questions already. So instead, Kyle, what do we have to do to get swag rich on camera tonight? Warhorse, number one, first and foremost, I need everybody in the chat to spam a little hashtag Warhorse for me for the delicious, sexy, robust 40 bomb that he just dropped. Right. Warhorse, swag is hanging out over there today. He's naked. He's just running around the house with his hang down flopping all over the place because he's got no robe. He's got no robe. The robe is being washed right now.
So it's nothing but tighty whities maybe for the weekend?
No, he's not wearing anything. There is nothing on underneath that robe. He wears a shirt, but when you look at the pants, there's nothing there. Anyway, I always love it when I can say something that catches you so off guard you break.
As soon as you said hang down, I'm like, oh God, where is this going?
Zen Bender, quarterback Murray, running back Zeke and Mixon, wide receiver Hopkins, Robinson, flex Julio, T. Higgins, tight end is a wide receiver, tight end flex. All right, Devonta Smith, keep on rolling, baby. I like that. Like the running backs, like the wide receivers. Julio and T. Higgins is a wide in the flex. Could be an issue at times. Your wide receiver, tight end, flex positions, they look like they could end up being they could end up being a little hit or miss on certain weeks, which is a concern. I'll drink a 40. I'm not trying to give $40 though. A 40 of Colt 45 costs like $3, so I know where my money is.
Who said that?
Chef Arnold. I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to mean.
So he won't donate the 40, but he'll drink a 40.
Oh my God.
He better pour some out for us or for his homies or something. I don't know.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, before I go on, because some people are starting to fade out for the evening. We still got over 600 people in here though, so appreciate you so much. Thanks. Hey, after we're done on the live stream though, I'm headed over to Headliner Breaks. And we're giving away this DeAndre Swift jersey today. We just hit 400 subscribers on Headliner Breaks. I'm going to give away this autographed DeAndre Swift jersey tonight. The guy that won it last week never claimed it, so I'm going to give it somebody tonight. And I've also got a Cortland Sutton autographed jersey that I'm going to be giving away soon. But do me a favor, open up a new tab up at the top. Go to YouTube, search Headliner Breaks, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be live over there breaking open some cards right when we get done here. We're on to Serve C, correct, Jake, with the 10 bomb? I think so.
Serve C, yes.
RMT. I'm assuming that means rate my team. I appreciate that, Serve. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For the
way to use acronyms.
Yeah, I like that. Full PPR 2-keeper 10-team. Quarterback Stafford, Saquon, CMC, A-Rob, Bobby Trees, DJ Moore, Darnold.
Good God.
Etch this man out. Sir, I'm going to need go over to your nearest bookshelf. Okay. Clear it off because you're going to have a trophy there at the end of the season.
But see, he's been following since 2018. He's bought the guide for 2 years straight.
Woo! That's how you draft, baby.
I'm almost positive when his draft was done, he went to like the team owners like list on his screen and just like mushroom stamped it real quick because he took advantage of that draft.
Oh, yeah.
And
he sent a gif of just suck it over and over and over.
Yeah,
and
to
over.
his league mates, just suck on this. That's what he did. 100%.
Oh, yeah. Box 02 got Cook and Jonathan Taylor and 2 PPR 10 teams. Good RB duel. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Cook and Jonathan Taylor is your 2. Absolutely. Rico Phoenix with the 5 bomb. 10 team full PPR. I have Herbert, Chubb, Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Robinson, Chris Godwin, TJ Hockenson, and the Washington D. It was an auction draft. Oh my gosh.
Is that Aaron Jones or Allen Robinson? What do you think?
What did I say?
It says Aaron Robinson.
I'm guessing Allen Robinson.
Did
I say Aaron Robinson?
Oh, you 100%. You totally Ron Burgundied that. Like you just read the teleprompter basically. Like you didn't even like give it a thought. You were in the zone.
That's how I do it. No, love it. Absolutely. Especially in an auction draft, you killed it. Now, I'm assuming you spent a lot of money though, so it would be interesting to see what your depth looks like.
Yep.
Randon Martinez with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you. 10 team full PPR. Rate my squad. Murray at quarterback. Then CMC Carson, Allen Ridley, Tunyon, Flex Godwin, bench Deontay Johnson, Edmonds, T. Higgins, Debo. I would be on the lookout for another tight end, but I'm loving it everywhere else.
Yes.
Robert Williams. Jake, what is this? Isn't this you?
Oh, I mean, he's asking about some crypto.
Okay.
And to be honest, like I was all aboard the Doge train. I bought a lot of Doge, like probably more than I'm willing to admit here on the internet right now. Before it completely tanked, I sold off majority of it, but I still have, I don't know, like 1,000 Doge coins. That's what I have as of right now, because I'm hoping that when Elon Musk sends that super sexy silver looking wiener to space, that it bumps the price up on it because it says Doge 1 on the side. At this point, I'm just hoping for something.
I got to give a shout out to Parker Hemberger. First time on a live stream with you guys. Appreciate all of your advice. I've been watching new videos daily for the past month. Love the content. Keep up the great work.
Parker,
welcome in and appreciate
up,
you. Uncle Mike with the 5 bomb. Please rate my guys in a standard 12 team. Rodgers, Cook,
Good.
Carson,
Good.
Metcalf,
Okay.
Cup,
Yep.
Higgins at the flex, Myers, Chenault, Rojo, Parker, Carter. I like it.
Yep. Starting lineup's way stronger than the bench. The bench is a little, but it's not horrible.
Yep. JJ 5-2 and a 10 team PPR rate. Brady Winston, Cook, Gibson, Sermon, Metcalf, Godwin, Lockett, Corey Davis, Michael Thomas, Sutton, Landry, Callaway, Hockenson, Gronk, Sukup from Indiana. If you've got, there's no reason to own Metcalf and Lockett, to be honest with you. I would keep Metcalf. I would try and trade maybe like Tyler Lockett and Sermon. I would try to maybe trade them for an upgrade for an RB3.
Yep.
Is what I would do.
Yep. That would make sense.
Kevin Isler, Adams, Gibson, CEH, A-Rob, Andrews, Ayuk, Devonta Smith, Stafford, Sermon, Chenault, Jacoby Myers, Justice Hill, Pittman, Cleveland, Lambeau, Must, DSTK, PPR, 0.5 running back, 0.75 wide receiver, 1 TR. Okay, Kevin, we appreciate the 5 bomb. Next time, if you could just spend up a little bit to give yourself more characters. Because
I think that means that it's a hack. You tried so hard to deliver that joke, Kyle, and you failed miserably because you started laughing halfway through it.
What? I wasn't trying to deliver a joke.
Kind of. The spend up joke. I mean, you didn't deliver it with the force. You know, I mean, it was more like
because I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, because that's the way the
like a
super
Jake
chat
Paul
is.
punch.
Like the more money you spend, the more characters you get.
Are you serious?
Yes, that's the way the super chat works. Like the more character you get, more characters, the more money you spend.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so people, that's why some of these messages are like that, because people are like, Kevin spends the $5, which is great. Appreciate you, Kevin. But if you bump up to like the 10, then he could have sent like an entire message with the entire team. So I could have understood.
I've been doing this crap for 5 years. I had no idea that's how it worked.
Well, Jake, I do live stream like 7 days a week. So
well, I'm going to try to attempt, because I think what he's saying is he gets a half point PPR for running backs, 3/4 of a points for wide receivers, and 1 point for tight ends is what I'm guessing.
yeah.
Overall, though, with Adams, Gibson, CEH, A-Rob, Andrews, Ayuk, Smith, Stafford, Sermon, Chenault, I like the team overall. The depth on the bench is a little or so, but I think hopefully you can get something out of Michael Pittman now with T.Y. Hilton hurt. But yeah, overall solid team.
Yeah. Kevin, and here's the thing. Again, appreciate the 5 bomb. That was not a knock on you whatsoever. I mean, you can't help that it's 10:44 at night. I've been yelling quite a bit. The oxygen just isn't in my brain like it was earlier. Numbers aren't everything with the 5 bomb. Rate my 10-team PPR. Herbert, Taylor, Demont, D. Henderson, Mostert, Sermon, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, Bobby Trees. We're winning. I don't even need to keep going. I don't even need to keep going. Love it.
Yeah, it's a great
Absolutely
team.
love it.
Stacked.
Upside with Herbert, safety with Taylor, Demont, upside with Henderson. You've got 2 of the best wide receivers there. Safety with Bobby Trees. You're all over the place. Rico Phoenix, bench, Jamar Chase, Darrell Henderson, A.J. Dillon, Devonta Smith, and Chenault. Wait a second. Is this going back to something he sent earlier? Oh, yeah. Because I asked him about his bench because he was the auction draft guy.
Oh, then. Well,
Jamar Chase, Darrell Henderson,
killed
A.J.
it
Dillon.
still.
That's a pretty solid bench for being an auction draft.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a job well done, Rico.
100%. Nobody that you were drafting with knew what they were doing.
No.
They were trying to make draft picks, but they're just standing there holding their junk because they had no idea what was going on. Like, they were just totally clueless, and you totally killed it, Rico. Tater Miles is the best team. That is the best team I've ever seen. Where is Tater at? Tater leaving comment. Oh, God. Tater's on the internet. Grade my team. Cam Akers, Cam Newton, J.K. Dobbins, Mike Thomas, Rashad Bateman, Irv Smith, the Clemson D, and Tebow at kicker. Tater, just wait. There are 579 people watching. Tater Miles is going to make his week 1 debut on this show in a video next week. And what he's going to say will blow your mind. That's enough to stick around right there and hit the subscribe button. That dude he's something else. And I can't wait to start interviewing him and having him on the show every single week.
We just got like 5 super chats in a row. Oscar Hernandez with the 2 bomb. I have Tyler Boyd, AJ Brown, AB, Michael Thomas, and Ayuk. Wait, is this another follow-up? Who is this? Oscar Hernandez? Hold on.
Tanner, are you a fool for considering Henry second pick in a PPR 8-man? Nope, you're not.
So I feel like Oscar was like following up to something. Oh, his question earlier. Okay, so that's your bench. Okay, I mean I would wait. AJ Brown. Why would AJ Brown be on your bench? I'm so confused on this. You have Boyd, AJ Brown, AB, Michael Thompson. Are you asking who you should start week 1? I don't know. I have
no idea.
I'm sorry, Oscar. AJ Brown.
If who
no
you should start week 1, more than likely it's probably going to be AJ Brown and maybe Brandon Ayuk, but we'll figure it out next
Thomas
week.
Won't be playing, so this can't be a week 1 question. I don't know, Oscar. I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're asking me.
Yeah.
Box 02. Rate my teams. First and a super flex.
Okay.
Herbert, Cook, Taylor, Sermon, Keenan Allen, McLaurin, Tunyon, Cooks, Fitzpatrick. If Cooks is your flex, I'm not loving that, and I don't love Big Bob Tunyon.
Yeah, I mean, it all kind of depends. I would hope that you have something better possibly to throw in there for Cooks. Tunyon, personally, I don't hate as much depending on what other options you have.
Yeah. Second team, PPR, Tannehill, Cook, Taylor, Ridley, CD, Andrews,
better.
Clyde, Deontay. I love that team.
Second team absolutely dominates first team, 100%.
Yep. Rich Gant, please rate my team. 12 team, half PPR, Tannehill, A-Rob, Evans,
Yep.
Chubb, Nixon,
Yeah.
Hawk, Ayuk, Chark, Hines, Gordon, Davis, Masson, Cousins, Gainwell, Rich.
Love it.
Love it.
Solid A there, Rich.
Devin Chakowski.
What up, Devin?
PPR. Would you trade the second overall third rounder and 16th for the 7th rounder, 2nd and 11th? Also, prime rib or filet has to be medium rare. The medium rare, yes. Give me some prime rib. So good. Prime rib is the best.
Okay, that's where we differ because I'm going back to the filet.
So basically, you're trading your 2nd pick in the 3rd round and a 16th round pick for the 2nd and 11th pick in the 7th round. I would not, because the fall off from the 3rd round to the 7th round is way too much for me. That is way too much, because essentially, if you're trading from the 3rd to the 7th round, you're giving up a potential RB2 wide receiver 2 for maybe a guy that's going to be like a wide receiver 3, tight end 1, maybe quarterback 1. The difference between that from the 7th to the 16th is much more substantial. So no, I'm keeping that. Or if you're getting the 3rd rounder or the second pick in the 3rd round, then I'm good trading up to get that.
So as I'm here being roasted on Discord, I see a message from Upside. He's all over the place. He says if everybody wants to have their team rated, we have a channel for that on Discord, which is completely true. We have a Grade My Team channel on Discord where you can drop your teams in there. That's through Patreon. If you want to support the channel, if you want guaranteed answers to all your fantasy football questions, that's Patreon. That's what Patreon's for. That's the only way we can guarantee things. We have a few different tiers over there. For the MVP tier, you get access to Discord, and we're in there with everybody all day long having a great time. I've been roasted here on the live stream for the last hour and 50 minutes on Discord. Love Discord, said no one ever. But anyway, it's a great thing, and we have a lot of fun with it.
Jake is very salty right now.
Everybody's giving me crap today.
VW fan 32 VW showed up in the how do you Patreon? Jake, can you do a link to Patreon in the chat real quick for Alex?
I can.
VW fan, he showed up in the gaming chat last night and hung out with us for a little bit. Appreciate you. 10 team PPR pick number 10, TB12, Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, Gus, loving the running backs. Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans. I should have gone Kittle. No, you shouldn't have, VW fan, because you've got Pitts as your tight end. I would much rather have Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, and Kyle Pitts than Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, and who you would have ever gotten at the Pitts spot. I like that team. I think you knocked it out of the park. Good job. I like it. Jar Jar stinks in a 14-team Superflex PPR. Dak, Mahomes, CMC. Oh my God, Peter. We'll get to you in just a second, my man. Dak, Mahomes, CMC, Najee, Gibson, Javonte, Judy, Robbie Anderson, T. Higgins. Jonnu is the starting lineup. What do you think? So Dak and Mahomes, and then CMC, Najee, and Gibson. I absolutely love it. Your wide receivers could be a headache every single week, though. If this is a league that greatly benefits quarterbacks in the scoring, you'll probably be able to overcome it, though.
It's really going to depend on that because, like you said, Judy, I do like Judy a lot. I think Judy gets a huge bump with Teddy B under center. Not saying anything negative, but as my number 1, I don't know if he has that ceiling to every once in a while just explode with Cortland Sutton back and healthy. Robbie Anderson, big play dependent, sharing there with DJ Moore, Terrace Marshall. T. Higgins we like, but they also have Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase. It's going to be hit and miss for your wide receivers. You need your quarterbacks to step up every single week.
OG Paul D. Hoping a Chubb lands in my lap. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate you.
Not it.
What?
Not it.
For what? Oh, jeez. Paradise Connection 530. Would you play Barkley week 1? Have Mostert one team to play possibly? Wait. Have Mostert 1-1 team to possibly play. Other team, I have Rojo to replay. I mean, Paradise, if Barkley plays week 1, I'm going to start him over those guys, and I'll just take whatever happens.
Yeah.
Rakesh, Rate my team. Quarterbacks, Murray, Matt Ryan. Wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Cooper, OBJ, Boyd, Michael Thomas. Running backs, McCaffrey, Mixon, Henderson. Tight ends, Fant and Everett. I like that team, Rakesh. If this is not a super flex team, I do not know what people's fascination is with drafting these quarterbacks. I have seen way too many mid-round picks go on quarterbacks tonight. For next year, we got to change that, people, because you're giving up good mid-round players to draft a guy that's never going to start over Kyler Murray. Rakesh, that's my only issue with it there. Luis, again, should I trade Julio Jones and Gus Edwards for Keenan Allen and Javonte Williams? I probably can't do that right now. Because we don't know what's going to happen with Javonte Williams. If you make that trade and Javonte Williams gets very little touches, you're going to be concerned. However, if you love to gamble and you have the ability to have somebody else to take over for Gus Edwards, if you are not relying on him as like your RB2, I say go for it.
You need some big cojones to do that.
Yeah.
You gotta grab them both, one in each hand, and just go for it.
Peter C. dropping a 50 bomb in the chat. Peter is an absolute legend. Ladies and gentlemen, I need a little hashtag Peter spamming up in the chat to thank this man for the delicious dono, dropping a 50 bomb, Peter. Rating, please. We're going to take a little bit of extra time.
Yeah, he's going to get some special treatment here for a second.
Yes. And a full PPR 14 team. He's got Herbert at quarterback.
I like it.
Hopkins and Thielen at wide receiver.
I will take that.
Henry and Edwards at running back.
I'm getting excited. Keep going, Kyle.
Higbee at the tight end position.
Okay.
Antonio Brown and Jamal Williams is the flex.
Okay.
Kicker is Myers. Defense is New England. And then on the bench, he's got Mooney.
Like it.
Coleman.
Does he mean maybe Clement? I don't see why he would.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
Is it Cole Kmet, maybe?
Yeah. Okay, so Cole Kmet, Gage, Jarwin, T. Smith, Sam G. P. Ryan. Love you guys, Peter. First and foremost, I love you,
Peter. Thank you very much. Very appreciative.
Considering this is a 14-team league, you have good players.
100%.
You have good players. Jamal Williams is a solid flex right now if DeAndre Swift ends up missing time or is limited to start the year. That is where the question is going to come into play, though, Peter, is how your depth is going to help you throughout the season. In a 14-team league, it's really hard to find that, though. So your success this year is going to be based on working that waiver wire. So, Tevin Coleman.
Okay.
Peter said it's Tevin Coleman. Okay. So I like it. I'm giving it a solid B+, a team that should compete for a playoff spot.
100%. I think that you have playoff potential if everybody stays healthy. The biggest issue for me, the flex spot on a weekly basis, right? So you're going to have to look at Antonio Brown, Jamal Williams, Darnell Mooney, Russell Gage. Those are probably going to be the guys that you look at first on a weekly basis for your flex spot. It could be okay. I'm not going to say that you have no chance there, but I think the flex spot's going to be where you have to have that weekly headache where you're scratching your head going, I don't know what to do. In my opinion, personally right now, just looking at it on the surface, I would go with Mooney over Jamal Williams as of right now. If DeAndre Swift is ruled out, that will change things, though. So we just kind of have to wait and see.
All right, so Devin wanted to send a $2 dono because he wanted to get to a 10 even for the night. Appreciate it.
I'm an even
Devin.
guy too, Devin. We appreciate that.
But here's the problem. I think I've been saying his name wrong all night long.
Devin Chakowski.
Is it Sichowski, though?
Sichowski?
Yeah, is it Sichowski instead?
Devin, is it Sichowski or Chakowski? Tell us in the chat, Devin. We want to make sure we pronounce your name right. Sichowski. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's Sichowski now, but Devin's been around for a while because I remember the name from last year, and I probably said it wrong all year last year as well.
Devin, we're stupid when it comes to names, Devin. Like, We apologize.
Sachowski. So Devin, does it sound like like
an
snake?
S? Does it sound like an S at the beginning?
Yeah.
Can you enunciate? Can you use it in a sentence? Can you tell the place of origin? I mean, everything is a benefit for us at this point.
Yeah. So is the C sound like an S, and is it a ch sound instead of like a K?
Yeah. What up, Roberto?
Roberto!
What's going on, my friend?
Luis. I have Henry and CEH and Connor and Allen Robinson and Marvin Jones and Chase. Should I trade Julio Jones and Gus? So you have Henry and CEH.
I like that. And Connor. And
yes, I'm going to
Robinson,
make
Marvin
that
Jones,
deal because I want to bring Keenan Allen as my wide receiver 2 next to Allen Robinson. You'll be starting Henry and CEH every week. And then if Javonte Williams comes out, yes. Okay, I had it right from the start. Chakowski.
Did he say it?
Yeah, Chakowski. Okay. Sweet.
So we haven't been mispronouncing his name for 2 years.
Perfect. McLovin. So yeah, Luis, I am making that deal. Luis, I'll see you at Battle Breaks in a little bit, buddy. Oh, wow. McLovin, Nate Peterman, 2021 fantasy MVP bucket. I was not.
That's a hot take right there.
I wasn't anticipating that. William Flores, rate my team. Quarterback Hurts and Lance. Okay, first off, again, if this is a 1 QB league, we got to stop drafting second quarterbacks. CMC, Mixon, Henderson, Mostert, Justin Jefferson. I had to think for a second what J. Jeff was. Justin Jefferson, Kupp, Lockett, Mooney, Pittman, Gage, Tunya, Everett, 12 team, half PPR. I'm going to give it a B. I like it. I think it has upside. I'm going to give it a B+. I'm going to go back to a B+.
You going with B+?
Your quarterback is Hurts, and then you decided to draft a second quarterback, but you drafted a guy who may not start anytime soon.
Yeah, I think for me, I got to drop it down a little bit more for that because I'm just not loving it. I mean, the wide receivers are super solid. Running backs are solid. I mean, I don't hate it. Yeah, borderline B+.
Jeff, listen to me. It's fantasy football. It can be customized. People can play however they want. I don't care how you play your fantasy football leagues. Just play fantasy football. That's all that matters to me. It shouldn't matter to you how somebody else plays their fantasy football league.
We got somebody harassing the nation.
Jeff, don't harass the nation.
Anna, kick him out. Kick him out. He's done. You're going to harass the nation. You can leave. We got no time for the negativity up in here. We're too busy having some fun talking football. You want to come in here and bitch and moan about something? You can GTFOH. Right, Anna? Boot him.
We're not doing that. We don't play games here.
Grab a body bag, Kyle.
CR. We're out? Oh, we're out of body bags.
It's been a heck of a night.
I used too many. Get them tomorrow? Curbside. All right, they're ready for
overnight those
tomorrow.
Things, swag.
They're ready for curbside tomorrow. CR says, greetings from Germany, guys. So Bro Man, 10 team full PPR went Diggs, Eckler, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Swift, Logan Thomas, Rodgers, Devonta Smith, Sermon Callaway, Janu Pittman. Okay, so listen, Bro Man did it right. Bro Man did it right because he waited on his quarterback, ended up taking Rodgers, and then didn't take another one later on. Thank you, Bro Man. For that, I'm giving you an A++.
Yeah, I mean, that is solid right there. Way to go. Way to follow the rules of all things fantasy.
So, yeah. Seriously speaking, though, like the team. Ibrahim Rathur with a 10-bomb donation. Appreciate you. Grade my team. 12-team PPR. Quarterback Herbert. Running back Zeke and Chris Carson. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson. DJ Moore. Tunyon. There are a lot of Tunyons at the tight end position.
There's
tonight.
just Tunyons everywhere. Just
Daryl Henderson at the
around.
flex. Rams. Jason Sanders. Bench. Cortland Sutton and Marquez Callaway. I like it. Don't love Tunyon again. And then you're playing with fire at your RB2 position a little bit. It could end up being fine. It could end up being amazing. You could also end up having a very tough time with a running back 2 at some point this season.
Yep.
Dustin Hyman, what's your opinion on 3 straight running backs and non-PPR took Took Cook, Gibson, CEH, still got Lamb, DJ Moore, Debo, Deontay, TB12, and Mark Andrews, Lance and Sermon on ice. I mean, that's a great start, especially in a non-PPR. Personally, though, I probably would, depending on who else is there,
Right.
it really would have depended. May have gone with somebody else other than CEH in a standard.
Yeah, it all depends what the options were.
Land Story 741 says, I'm buying Filiberto's and shipping it to you if I win my championship.
Dude, you don't even want to know the amount of swag that I would send you. If I could actually legit get an Arizona burrito here in North Carolina. Like, yeah, I would buy you things.
Sean Kuhn, you guys are awesome. Keep up the great analysis. I don't draft till tomorrow night, so any advice would be great. Well, guess what, Sean? We're dropping 2 more videos tomorrow for you, baby. So don't you worry. We've got you covered 100%. Roberto Santana with the 5 bomb. Appreciate you, Roberto. Thank you so much. McLovin with the 5 bomb and a 10-team PPR. Brady in round 10. All right, McLovin. I see. See, that's a lot better. That's a lot better
than Peterman.
Diggs, McLaurin, Jonathan Taylor, Carson Pitts, Mike Davis, OBJ, Cortland Sutton, Bench, Callaway, Brian Edwards, Drake, Fuller, Parker. Listen, McLovin did it again as well. McLovin did it as well. I love it because he waits till round 10 to take a quarterback, gets a top 10 quarterback in the process of doing it, and didn't spend a mid-round pick on a second quarterback. Diggs, McLaurin, Taylor, Carson, Pitts. Love it. Great team. Zen Rebel with the 20 bomb. Everyone throw a little hashtag Zen up in the chat for us. Appreciate that $20 donation. 12-team PPR. Tannehill, Kamara, Chubb, Keenan Allen, Robert Woods, Tyler Higbee. Whoo, Sterling Shepard. Great team. Not loving the flex, even though I like Sterling Shepard. Jason Sanders. Bench is Stafford. Ooh, see, Zen, that's where you got me. That's where you got me, because that's my concern again. Stafford, Mostert, Ronald Jones, Tyson Williams, Mike Williams, Paris Campbell, Anthony Ferksker. So I like the team. Overall. You've already had Tannehill, though, so there was no reason to draft Matthew Stafford. And Sterling Shepard is not going to start in the flex for me right now. I'd be putting Mostert in there to start.
Yeah. Raheem Mostert's going to be my guy to start the flex over Sterling Shepard. Too many options in that New York offense. We don't know who we can really rely on yet. Can Daniel Jones even take a step forward and supply these guys? We're asking a lot because we haven't really seen it yet. So overall, solid squad. I think you got a thing for LA up in there. You got Robert Woods, you got Tyler Higbee, you got Matthew Stafford, you got Mike Williams. I'm seeing some LA love. Maybe you're in the California area. Like I said, don't hate the team, but Sterling Shepard probably wouldn't be in my starting lineup. Appreciate you, though.
Gambit, 11-27 with a 5 bomb. Rate my team in a full PPR. Tannehill, backs. Oh, running backs. Okay. Christian McCaffrey, Antonio Gibson, Ridley, DJ Moore, Higbee, Goddard, Flex Miles Sanders. Will sub Damian Harris. I like that team.
Yep.
Especially the running backs. Christian McCaffrey, Antonio Gibson, Miles Sanders, and Damian Harris.
I love that.
Plus you got Ridley, and that's heck of a team right there.
Love it.
Loving it. Jake wants to know in the chat, a trade question. Should I trade Robbie Anderson and Darrell Williams for Mike Evans? Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Do it right now, Jake.
Jake, I won't even be offended if you leave the screen here for a second to go do that.
Yes.
That's a great trade.
Sanchez with the 5 bomb. Kyler Murray, Justin Jefferson, Woods, Jonathan Taylor, Antonio Gibson, Fant Carson, Meyer, Sutton, Davis, Gaskin, Williams, Naheem Hines. What do you guys think in a 10-team half PPR?
Solid A. Love that team.
Solid A. Yep. Chris Carson is your RB3. If he stays healthy for 17 games somehow, you're gonna win your league.
Mike Davis is his RB4 and Miles Gaskin is his RB5.
RB5.
That's
so
crazy.
Much RB depth. So much. So even if Carson goes down,
you have options.
You're covered.
Yep.
M. Saint G with the 20 bomb in the chat. Everyone throw a little hashtag M Saint G in the chat for me. What's up, guys? Rate my team in a 12-team PPR. Brady at the quarterback position. Henry and Henderson at running back. Allen and Abrab at wide receiver. Tight end is Tyler Higbee, and the flex is Gus, and the flex is Mike Davis. There we go. Bench is Hunt, Chark, Parker, Murray, Gage, Traquan Smith and Everett, trade Hawk or Mike Evans.
I'm guessing he means trade Hawk for Mike Evans. He doesn't have Mike Evans right now.
I mean, if you could get TJ Hawkinson,
because he's got Higbee, so he wants to know if he can trade Hawkinson for Evans.
But you don't have I don't see Hawkinson's name pop up here.
It's true. Also a valid point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Oh, he's saying, do I trade for Hawkinson or Mike Evans?
I would rather trade for Hawkinson than Evans because your wide receivers are solid. You don't need another wide receiver. I'd rather trade for Hawkinson, but it's going to depend on what they want too. Like if you could get Hawkinson for Kareem Hunt, I would do it.
Yes, because you have solid depth already. It really depends. But I would go to that owner and be like, hey man, what do you want for Hawkinson? And start the negotiations.
K-Tip USMC says, I got offered a trade deal McCaffrey for Henry. I'm worried McCaffrey will be injury prone. McCaffrey isn't injury prone. Look, I handed out body bags all day long in the YouTube comments. So that's why I ran out.
It's over out. Yeah, we've been doing it all day long.
But here's the thing. He's not injury prone. He's had one season, like he didn't have any issues in college. He hasn't had any issues since he entered the league. He had a bad injury last year that unfortunately took, so he's not injury prone. I love Derrick Henry. Don't get me wrong. I don't expect Derrick Henry is going to regress a little bit this season, but even if he regresses to 1,600 yards and 10 touchdowns, he's still a top 5 running back. So the regression, I mean, doesn't hurt. It's still Christian McCaffrey for me. But if you're worried about Christian McCaffrey, I mean, if you already own Christian McCaffrey, I'm not going to trade him for Henry. I'm going to go ahead and hold him. If you're really worried about Christian McCaffrey, I mean, even if you do trade him for Henry, you aren't losing a whole lot, but I'm still not going to do it. But injuries shouldn't be an issue. That should not worry you.
No, absolutely not.
Zothamus with the $1 donation, the super chat. Appreciate you. Thanks so much. Zoth.
You want to know an interesting stat real quick, Kyle?
Whew, I'm out of breath, man.
I know. We've been talking a lot tonight. So Derrick Henry, everybody wants to talk about the regression. You guys are putting him too high in rankings. He's not up there, especially in PPR. Do we realize that Derrick Henry last year could have had, let's see here, 90 less fantasy points and half PPR scoring and still finished in the top 3? But yeah, sure, the regression could be there, but the top 3 numbers are still going to be there. So people want to like, oh, well, you just expecting him to get 2,000 yards again. No, you're stupid for thinking that. But if he goes out there and gets 1,600, 1,700 in an extra game, the numbers are still going to be there because there's very few running backs that get the amount of volume that he does, and he can overcompensate for all of that. Whew. When's the last time you got a drink, Kyle?
I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out of water.
Here you go. Take a swig. Take a swig.
The Come on. Is Jonathan Taylor a good pick at 10 in a standard league? I love that pick at 10 in a standard league. Joshua wants to know, should I draft Brandon Ayuk? I'm okay with him as my wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, here it is. It's almost 11:15 East Coast time.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard. So we have a lot left because Kyle's getting ready to open up some cards. And I know a lot of people waiting to open up some cards, but do me a favor. There's 537 people watching, 534 people watching. It just ticked down. Do us a favor. We're going to end the stream here. We've been going for a little over 2 hours. If you just do us a favor and hit the like button, we would greatly appreciate that so people can watch some of these live stream shows after the fact. We're going to be doing these every single week. Saturdays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Myself and Kyle will be live streaming to go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of all things fantasy football questions for the rest of our lives, practically at this point. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you know as soon as we go live so you can hop in here for it. But if you can hit that like button for us, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. We would love to be able to help you guys out and just enjoy fantasy football. We had some fun tonight and gave some people a hard time in the chat who wanted to come in here and be disrespectful. We take this community very seriously because we built this community off of positivity and wanting to have like-minded people that want to come here and have fun playing a game. So you attack one of our own, we attack back. So we're all about having fun. We want to be, the biggest community, the best community out there for people to come and really enjoy football, because that's what this is all about. But I think it's time here at 11:15 that we get out of here, Kyle.
Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Carl Cattle, he sent a $5 donation. Appreciate Carl. You. Caleb Graves, 5-bomb in the super chat. Full point PPR. Rogers, Chubb, Henry, Godwin, Keenan Allen, Hawkinson, Montgomery, bench Marvin Jones, DJ Moore, Gaskin, Waddle, Gage. That's an A+ for me, Gabe. Caleb, absolutely love it.
Love it.
And then there was another question too. When will you guys post the start sit videos? Joshua, we'll post it on social media probably tomorrow. What our regular season schedule will be, when the videos will drop, what days, everything like that. But start sit videos will be coming out on Tuesday and Wednesday this year.
Yeah. So we'll have Monday, waiver wire, start sits, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then after that, we got all things rankings, injuries, weather, updates, all kinds of stuff coming this year. Tons of things going on this season to make sure you have every bit of information you need every single week to make the best, start sit, situations that you can. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. The season's finally here. It's been a long off season. We've been doing daily videos for like 5 months now, and we were running out of things to talk about. So thank you so much for hanging in there with us here throughout the off season. The subscriber count continues to tick, and we're never going to make it stop ticking. So keep hitting that subscribe button. We appreciate all that support out there. Everybody
Let's go to
who
the
donated.
after party.
That's right. Now it's time to go to the after party, right? Well, the party was fun. We're a little tired, but now it's time to go to the after party. Heading over to Headliner Break. So head over there, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, because Kyle's going to be live in what, Kyle? How long?
Give me 15 minutes. Tops.
15 minutes to switch everything over.
I'll be live on Headliner Breaks, giving away a signed DeAndre Swift jersey to somebody in the chat. We're going to be doing battle breaks tonight, ripping open some good cards. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've been in battle breaks before, or if you've been on the channel, you know your boys got them hot tip fingers. So we're expecting some more fire tonight.
Absolutely. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your evening. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night with us. But for myself and Kyle, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you this week. Have a good one.